What's
Say,
up?
look at the camera, say hey.
What's up?
So we are here. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch, BoP Gaming. Episode 10, mind you. Episode 10 with 1,000+ subscribers. Yes, give a clap, 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 give a clap. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Without y'all, it would not be possible. You are checking out the videos. You're checking out the little small Tiblet videos. And you guys, to notify you guys when we come on live, notification bells. Make sure you go ahead and click on that. Like, subscribe, and comment as best as you can. And if anything happens within the comment section, let us know, because we're still testing some audio. We got a new video file ready to roll for you guys to check out, which I haven't personally witnessed or seen, but we want to show it out, and I hope you guys hear that. So let's get it popping. Say hey to everybody.
What's up? What's up?
We're gonna try to sing a note. All right. So what are we? So this week was busy.
It was busy, but it wasn't as busy as it was last week.
Yeah.
But it did have some interesting news, which I was excited about, honestly. Like, there's some news that I'm personally excited about. I know not too much happened on the Apple and Epic front, though.
It did, but not too much.
Yeah, because I was like, no, we'll get to
Next
that.
week, Apple is gonna go on the defensive and whatnot. I think it was all about Epic's turn, and they made a lot of points. And there's a lot of things that we need to talk about that Apple try to get slick with, and then it's disrespectful, bro. Like, come.
We'll get to that point.
And we'll explain that, but we wanna say the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's been very, very okay this week. But we're gonna give it to you, and we're gonna show you what has happened with the Dragon Age 35th anniversary. I'm gonna go ahead and put Dragon Quest. Did I say age?
Yeah.
Oh, I am terrible.
I was about to say.
I am terrible.
So,
Do not
yeah.
cancel me.
So this year is Dragon Quest's 35th anniversary. It's been 35 years since the first Dragon Quest came. So they decided that they're going to announce a news live stream at the end of the month. On the 27th of Japan time, it'll be 11 p.m. our time on May 26th. That the first half is going to talk about all the games that are out already, you know, kind of like a retrospect type of thing, you know, celebrating all the games that's come out, because there's a lot of Dragon Quest
I wasn't
games.
even familiar. Sad as it sounds, I wasn't really familiar for the Hall of Fame. Oh, well, the Hall of Fame, and then with this, and they had it like a list of all the games that came up. So when I was searching for the Dragon, this game, I was like, okay, and I seen the Hall of Fame, I'm like, huh?
That's a different one.
Yeah,
That's
and I'm like,
one, yeah.
okay, so what is that? And then I seen this, my 35th anniversary. That long? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. The first game came out on Nintendo.
Yeah, which is
The
funny because
original
I
Nintendo.
remember playing that game, but it grown so much.
It's so much better. Like,
So much.
Honestly, I'm sure you know the art director, because he's like one of your favorite art director. His name is what was it?
Toei?
Well, he's
Kinda.
Yeah,
ish.
I'm trying to. Pretty much, he's also the designer for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know by the looks of the characters. They kind of look like they belong in the Dragon Ball Z world.
Yeah, which was very cool. It's very cool.
So I know
type
that's
of
pretty
thing.
cool. So, but yeah, I'm excited because they're going to announce a live stream. Like I said, on the 20th.
It's actually all right on the image. I don't know if you could see it. It's right on the image. It
Oh.
shows live stream. Yeah, so they're gonna
Perfect.
have their own little live stream to celebrate their 35th anniversary.
Exactly. The first half is gonna celebrate all the games that come out, some new information of those games and all that type of stuff. And then the second half, this is what I'm excited about. They're going to announce a new Dragon Quest game. Now the thing is, they're being very cryptic. They're not saying if it's going to be a main title or a spin-off series. With spin-off series, they have games called like the Dragon Quest Monster series, which of course we're familiar with that game.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Dragon Quest Builders, which is kind of like Dragon Quest mixed in with kind of like Minecraft type of thing. And there's also Dragon Quest Heroes, which is similar to like Hyrulean Heroes and all
Yeah.
like that. So it's like the Dynasty Warriors type of game.
Okay.
So
Which is
it could be
respectful,
literally
yeah.
any of that, or it could be the finally released Dragon Quest 12. Which
I'm gonna say it's Dragon Quest 12.
I'm hoping it is, because that would be a great 35th anniversary
Yeah.
thing.
Why not?
Especially because the Dragon
And then
Quest
just
11.
and then just push it out for next year.
Yeah, because Dragon Quest 11 came out in 2017,
Okay.
and it was one of my favorite games. I actually recently beat that game. last year during COVID, because I had plenty of time, so I was like, because that game is like a 100-hour plus game.
Is it?
Like I spent almost 150 hours on that game trying to collect everything. It's a
Jeez.
huge. Those games are huge.
Jeez. Hey, there's the value.
Those
The
games
value
are
is in
huge.
that,
Like,
so
'cause
that's
they have
good.
so much side quests, leveling up, different kind of armors, different kind of. That's what I love about this kind of game. It's very deep, and the stories are usually great too.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, what the funny thing is about these games, for the most part, that it's a silent protagonist. It's the silent protagonist, which means it's the they don't talk in the game. So it's kind of like you're putting yourself in that character role type of thing.
Okay.
They used to do that a lot with the RPGs back in the day, but of course nowadays everything's like talk and thing.
Yeah.
But they kept it like all the other characters talk and have their things, but he's still the silent thing. So he's kind of like someone you could fit yourself into. That's why I kind
Yeah.
of like that too. So I don't know. I always been a fan of that.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I'm trying to think of the other games that we played for RPGs, or at least what you introduced me with RPGs. And so
That
I'm
has,
going
like,
to go ahead and
silent-
make a comparison. It's not Final Fantasy VII, because Final Fantasy VII, they always never talked, and everybody talked. So it's like nobody's voice.
No,
you
Final
didn't.
Fantasy, that was never a thing. Chrono Trigger is an example.
Yeah. Yep.
Chrono Trigger is
What
an
about
example.
not Saga Frontier, right? Not
No,
Saga
no,
Frontier.
they talk. They talk. No, Chrono Trigger is definitely.
Did
an
you play the
example
game
of
yet?
that. What-
Did you get that?
It's
They
good.
Good?
I
Got
love
it? Cool.
I couldn't play too much of it because I'm in the middle of like a bunch of other games right now.
Oh, Lord. Dude, I'm so terrible now. Like, I'm not the type that have the physical copies and not crack them open, but I'm very terrible when it comes to that. Because now I'm still looking at them like, damn, I want to play some Call of Duty. Now I just went to the Call of Duty menu. I was like, I need to get in tier 15 to get this weapon. And that's really the only thing, because now I'm not going to buy the Battle Pass. I've gotten enough to get the Battle Pass, but I haven't played it for so long. Then I looked at it and I go, I only have 33 days left? Nah, I ain't going to pay. Or, I didn't really pay. I grinded to get the coins, so it's technically free by the effort I put in. And then that's 33 days going to end. I was like, nah, I'll just wait till I get tier 15, get it, good. But then other games that I want to play, Horizon, I was like, oh, I want to beat it. Detroit, I want to go ahead and beat it. No. All these other games I want to try, and I just bleh.
Yeah, exactly.
Bleh. Life kicks you in your mouth, man. Sometimes you just,
Hey, man.
sometimes you want to just sit in the game and just play Call of Duty, play 3 or 4, and go. But sometimes you got to sit down with Horizon and be like, all right, I'm going to give me a good 2 hours of this.
But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm hoping it's Dragon Quest 12 because that'll be great. It'll be a great announcement. Like I said, it's gonna be at the end of this month, so it's right before E3. So it's kind of cool.
Oh,
that
yeah,
they're
man.
gonna
We
announce
got to do
that.
something with E3,
Oh,
my friend.
we'll figure it out once.
What
we
I
get
feel
to
like
that
do
point.
something where if us two, if we somehow get a day out for some sort, I don't know what kind of conferences is gonna have what dates.
Oh, we're
but
gonna have
I'm
to
thinking-
figure that out because
and then
I don't
make-
know what
and
I
then
can
make
do.
something of something that we can make and be like, oh, snap, that's cool. Or something comical we can make within watching it. But now that we can get it streamed, the videos and stuff,
Which
so that's gonna be.
we'll go into that later.
Yeah, it's not too special, but it's something pretty cool that we
Exactly.
now could offer everybody watching this live stream. We could offer you, and it was going to be fantastic and great. So we got to make, because it's next month,
Yeah,
second week of June, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just don't know when all the conferences are yet.
Yeah,
We don't know
We
yet.
primarily look at the conferences, Microsoft, Sony,
Well, Sony's not gonna be
Nintendo. Conferences, so
Oh,
we all
yeah.
know they're going to get their own conference, but
Yeah.
at 9 p.m. or the same time slot that they're already used to.
Yeah,
If it ain't broke,
exactly.
don't fix it. Just change the venue. That's what Sony had their eyes on. But yeah, Ubisoft, EA. What you got? What's another one?
Square
Microsoft,
Enix,
Sony,
Square Enix,
now,
Bethesda,
Bethesda. So
there you go.
all these live streams, literally,
Nintendo is going to be in there.
we're just
now,
gonna
too.
kidnap you. If you see my finger because I'm pointing at you, to just stay at home and just enjoy all the conferences, and you won't go to work.
I just can't just
You won't go
do
to
that.
work.
I have
You
to be
get
responsible.
you get paid.
Well, the thing is, I have to figure out what
Yeah,
to
I
do.
know,
I'll
but
speak,
yeah.
I'll speak to my boss and figure it
Yeah,
out.
within 1 month, you got to 1 month.
Well, I have to know what the conference is
Month.
also. I'll know what days to get off.
I know. No, it's just they're the type to announce it like 3 days before. You go, oh God, they need to know. But now we are committed. We will do what we need to do.
I'll figure it out.
It'll be fun. So Dragon Quest,
Yeah.
35th anniversary. If I can maximize this for you guys, it's probably small. If I can maximize, you can actually know the official date. If you are fans of Dragon Age, it is on Wednesday, May
Dragon
20th.
Quest.
Why am I saying Dragon Age? Do I need to play that game?
I know, right?
Do I need to play that game? I just think dragons. And I think maybe because I'm not like so Nintendo-y and I see this, I'm like, that's not. Dragon Quest.
literally right there.
Dragon Quest. Quest of 35th anniversary of dragons. Dragon Quest.
Yes, it's going to be
Wednesday, May 26, 2021 at 8:30. Is it 8:30 Pacific time?
which is pretty much 11:30 Eastern time. Yeah.
11:30.
At night, I know.
At night?
I have to freaking stay up for that.
What is this? What is it going to be, a rave?
Well, no, it's because it's in Japan. In Japan, they do it
Oh,
earlier.
yeah, because it is Japan.
It's Japan time. Remember, Japan's like hours ahead of us. So
You're going to go to Japan with us, right?
what do you think?
Oh, snap. We about to go to Japan. We're going to try to go to Japan.
Next
though.
year,
We're gonna-
not
next
this year.
Yeah, we're going next year. What's the time difference? Isn't it like
I think
11
it's like
hours?
11,
It's
12
like we go to
hours.
Japan and we lose a half a day.
I think it's like 11 or 12 hours. I think, or 14
Yeah.
hours. It's a long time. It's a lot of hours.
Yeah. So that's why it's 11:30.
Exactly, because I think it's early in the day, but obviously, since we're back here,
Yeah, dude. Oh.
that's why theirs is going to be on the 27th, but for us it'll be the 26th because it hasn't changed the day yet.
Yeah. All right. So that was quick and surprising
Yeah.
as far as the Dragon Quest, Dragon of Quests.
Yes.
Oh, I do. Maybe I do need to play Dragon Age or something. All right. So let's. What topic do you feel like talking about? That's not big yet important.
Why don't we talk about the Target situation?
Target, Pokemon. Okay. I was gonna say like Target. What? What am I gonna get the Target brand with the pit bull?
No, you know the thing.
Target with the whatchamacallit?
They decided.
They decided not to sell the damn cards anymore.
Yeah.
Temporarily.
It's temporarily.
And why is that outlandish?
Oh, I
tell
can
me
tell
why.
you. Oh, I can tell you why. So, as you know, Pokemon became super popular randomly. It mainly
They've always been so super popular.
no, but it just
New
got
generation don't
ridic-
understand it,
but
which
they
I don't
got-
get.
But they got it. The cards just got big.
Like I don't get it.
Well, it's because basically YouTubers
Like I
started-
get it. Hold on, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I get it that Pokemon's popular because it's a staple. It's like a Mario.
Of course, I mean,
it's like
our childhood.
Halo.
We grew up
it's
with that.
like
That's
God of
childhood.
War, right? We get it, but the sudden explosion of the interest in Pokemon trading cards.
Trading cards specifically. Pretty much it started with YouTubers, things like Logan Paul. They started opening packs. They have like millions and millions of subscribers.
The only thing I remember was
so they started.
the only thing I remember, which I was dying, is the only pack reveal that I've seen recently.
Yeah.
Was the Rainbow Pikachu, which is the the nickname is called Big Fat Gay Pikachu. This dude got paid. I don't have his handle, so I can't really. I shot you out. You know what I'm talking about, but I don't have his handle here. But he went ahead and he said he took a $50 like somebody donated $50. The next pack, bend the cards
Oh, I remember that.
and just go.
I was
bend
so
the cards.
sad.
Bend the cards and just go. So what happened was he went ahead and he took the 50s. All right, and you can think about it. You're opening cards with chance. Poor him.
I know.
Poor him.
I felt so bad.
Poor him.
I
but
felt so bad.
he knew the odds that all right, if I bend this, that's easy $50. I just spent like $7 on this.
Yeah, and most of the time,
Bend
packs
it.
don't come up with anything
That's what I'm
useful
saying.
anyway.
So he's all right. I took it, bent it up, and he cracked it open and had like 7 cards deep. And now, mind you, it comes in 10 cards now. We weren't that generous. It was always like 7 to 8, wasn't it?
I thought it was 11.
Was it 11?
I don't know why I
you know
always
what?
thought it was 11.
Yeah, you could be right. Maybe I'm thinking about the
Or was it-
tournament
or
packs.
was
That
it
was only
12?
7.
I know Yu-Gi-Oh packs came with less cards. I know that.
I think I would think about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I think you think about it because I think for the Pokemon, I think it came with like 12.
You know what? You are right because I
11 or
remember
12 on there.
the jungle box set.
Remember the jungle set?
jungle
that
set.
came out in 1999? Oh my god.
Yeah. See how old we be, man.
We
That
were there
kid-
since the beginning.
And I remember
Base
the-
sets.
Yo, I remember the image of the pack that I opened. It was green forest jungle. I'm thinking of what Pokemon. It could have been a Kakuna or could have been a Beedrill. That's in front of the wrapper.
I think think it was a Pikachu.
It resembled the grass Pokemon, clearly.
Yeah, it must have been Pikachu.
Anywho,
yeah.
so that came in 11 because I remember in the bottom it was red text with yellow background, 11 card, da da da. So
Yeah, 'cause
so
I know
you are right
Yu-Gi-Oh
with that.
cards came up
But
with
Yu-Gi-Oh
small ones, I know
cards,
that.
yeah, I think there were 7.
Yeah, I think so.
I
yeah.
miss Yu-Gi-Oh, man. I miss it.
It gets expensive nowadays.
I miss it.
And that's why
I'll
I'm
tell
not
you
in the
what,
card
if you
games
give me a
personally 'cause
card,
it
if
gets
you give me a
expensive.
deck and I just do my thing, shouts out to BBJ, Jamal, because they were there and they did it and they made bank. Probably still do. Who knows? They went ahead and they collected a bunch. I'll give you a little story while we're on trading card games. I know we're talking about just Pokemon, but my boy, he sold, I forgot what the card was. It was a magic card. It was Wall of something, and it was $5,000. And we were in the tournament. I don't think you were there, actually.
No,
I
probably
don't think you were
wasn't,
there.
but that, Jesus.
It was with my friend Joe. Was BBJ there? I don't think BBJ was there.
I don't think so. Maybe not that time.
No,
maybe.
I know Joe was there. We were there with a couple of Damn, no, it wasn't BBJ. BBJ wasn't there. I swear I thought he was there, but I digress. So we were there, and like they all crowded because he got the card that he needed, and he literally exchanged $5,000 in front of everybody else with the referee to validate the authenticity, the holographic-y of the actual card itself. And then they went ahead and they got it situated, and he sold it for $5,000. So he went into a tournament at a Holiday Inn in our state of Massachusetts. And he banked $5,000. He didn't even need to win the tournament. He banked $5,000 just off the strength of selling a card.
It's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm sorry I sidetracked, but continue because Pokemon has been on a high rise.
Pokemon been on a high rise because, like I said, big YouTubers are getting packs of the old sets, like the old unopened box sets or everything like that.
Yeah.
So it got popular. So now everyone wants to basically trade in their card and buy all the cards to open them and get the cards that everyone else
So,
wants to get.
you mean to tell me this whole entire craze of Pokemon is literally buying the whole crap of cards to just expose what you have on the deck?
Pretty much
in the
show
pack.
people, show off what you got. That's pretty much what happened.
Dude, that's a hustle, though.
YouTubers did that, though.
That's
what
a hustle.
caused it. So pretty much that's the case. So
That's crazy. I didn't even think about that. I like to try to get money as everywhere. If I could lift a can, how am I going to make money from that? But like,
So literally, if you open packs on stream and stuff, people like seeing
people
that.
love that.
People
love it, especially when the guy that had, I didn't finish that story. The dude opened the pack on Twitch, big fat Pikachu, rainbow Pikachu, and he was so mad and he fell off the chair. Anywho,
It's because
so-
it's worth a lot of money.
Clearly, that's like bending a first edition pack and opening a Charizard.
Exactly.
Look at us.
That's like
Talking all
crying.
old and stuff.
That's crying.
Yeah. So continue.
So what happened was, so basically every time they got cards, they got sold out in 2 seconds. So Target had to do only one person could buy a pack at a time.
Yeah.
And then they had to change it to only one person could buy a pack at a time on Friday at 8 a.m. And then now, because there was an incident that happened in Wisconsin on May 7th, where people were fighting over trading cards. It wasn't
Yeah.
Pokemon. It was specific. It was trading cards.
Oh, so
They
we're
said it was
talking like
sport
MLB
trading
and
cards.
NFL.
Exactly. And it got so bad that one of the people brought out their gun. Didn't shoot them, just brought it out.
So he was. So you know what that's called in the hood? You know what that's called in the hood? It's called flash dancing.
So pretty much.
So homeboy's
they
like, yo,
did
you about to steal
that.
my Tom Brady, fool?
And
Bow, I got
Target-
that 9 on me. What you gonna do?
And
What you
Target
gonna do?
didn't want to be like part of that, so pretty much they were just
Liability.
like, stop.
Liability.
We're not doing that
But
anymore.
why is Pokemon though?
It's because Pokemon is popular, but they didn't cancel just Pokemon. It's MLB,
Yeah,
NHL,
It started.
NBA.
It started
all-
with sports and added Pokemon. There.
exactly because it was popular too. So pretty much it's like
Let
they're
one of my
doing it
kids come
for
out
now.
and run up on somebody like, "Hey, yo, you ain't got that Articuno, yo. This is limited edition. Yo, you want, and bring out a Nerf gun. What's up? Like, no, boy, like, you know."
Exactly.
Oh my God, wow. So okay.
So that's pretty much what happened. So now, but the good thing is you can still buy them online. It's just physical.
Yeah.
It's just going to the
physical because
store.
of liability.
Exactly.
That's
They
all.
don't
They don't
want
want to get
'cause
that.
God forbid if someone gets shot. That's gonna look bad.
I
on
can
them.
understand. Yeah, especially
gonna
for
look
kids.
bad- that's
Especially
gonna
for
look
kids.
bad
What
on
if
them.
like a father figure comes and pistol whips a 9-year-old because they already got that
So
pack?
they had to cut that off real quick. That's why I don't blame them for what they did. I don't.
Yeah.
It's
As
kind of,
temporary. But see, we would
It is
expect that type
temporary.
of behavior with PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
But no,
and it didn't happen.
It's with sport
and
cards.
it's with sports cards, which
Sports
then
cards.
went ahead with the best-selling Pokemon, and they It's called collateral damage.
Exactly. So they just had to do so. They had to do that. So pretty much right now, we're just waiting on Target when they're going to reinstate everything, I guess. But for now, until I guess the craze goes down or something like that, it's going to pretty much stop it. Because it was getting crazy at the beginning where people were lining up at Target overnight camping for cards. And Target did not want that to happen. But they were doing that.
It's the pandemic, bro.
That's what it is.
Let it happen, bro.
I don't know. It's just that's the situation.
Stupid Targets. Targets. Don't be stupid. I get the liability. I get it.
Yeah.
Let them camp. They're gonna get a cold, not COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. It makes sense, but like I said, I'm not bad at them for doing what they're doing, what they had to do. So.
Pokemon will always be the shit, though.
Well, of course.
Pokemon will always be the shit. I'm trying to get my kids to learn it. I don't even know if I can get it now, or maybe online. Get at least 2. I'm the type that I like to rush fast, but I do understand that they are only 6 years old, so I need to start them with strategy.
Yeah, don't give them like a
Pokemon.
don't make them like think too hard, like because
Our Brazilian understands role-playing games, which is pretty cool.
That is really good.
He started with Adventure Time. You start with somewhere. So, he started with that. And then, I think because he grasped the concept of a turn-based game, he could grasp the concept of strategy games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, he could probably finesse Pokemon nice. But I explained to both of them about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? And how you are compared to me. And it's funny because as a parent, I'm like, you got to understand that I am the power.
I'm strategy. I'm always strategy.
I want to get what I can as far as power and hit you one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Like that's my way of playing card games. You, on the other hand, and I'll show my finger because I'm pointing at you.
Yeah, it's like me.
You are strategy.
Oh, always strategy.
You collected more W's than me.
Well, it's because brute strength is not everything.
But when I get that W.
Oh yeah, it's like there are times that you've done a lot.
That W makes me feel so good when I do it, because it's not just like, oh, I won by 200 life points. Oh, I won by 500 life points. I slaughtered this man, and I'm pointing at you because I can't. I slaughtered this man for like 7 to 8 to 10,000.
But there's times that I will like wipe the floor with you.
And then and wipe the floor, meaning strategy, man eater bug, die. And then I'm like, I'm empty. I can't do anything. And then he just small attack me and then bring out, what's that one card that you always had that while we were playing, everybody had the deck. It was I couldn't go anywhere without seeing that damn card.
Monarch deck?
Monarch deck, yes.
Yeah,
that Monarch deck was whack.
Deck.
That was
whack. Great because it destroyed it. It was so popular back then.
It was the only deck ran. That or burner decks.
Yeah.
And burner decks.
I had a burner deck. I had a burner defense deck. That's what I had.
I shut down a burner deck. I shut down a burner deck.
That was one of my fun decks I had. My main deck was
your main deck was Monarch, what everybody else had as a Monarch deck. Yeah.
But my fun one was a burner defense deck.
But see, when we played, I stopped the burner deck because he ended up using a lot of magic and traps. And this is Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way, guys. So if you're not familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh, I kind of apologize, but we're in the zone right now. But a burner deck is when they only use magic and traps and have a spirit something that he put them on defense mode and you can't beat them.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Spirit something. I forgot.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Not spear something.
No. It's like spirit.
Yeah, it's spirit something. So they would put that there, but use all these magic and traps to get your deck to run to 0, and then you lose. Once you run out of the cards in your deck, you will lose. So I had what's called, and this is before Jinzo was banned. I had Jinzo to block traps, and then I had Horus level 8 to block magics at my will. Mm-hmm. He couldn't do anything. I'm like,
basically once you get your Horus out and you had your Jinzo out too.
It's now at this point, I pitch you.
Nothing could be
now,
done.
Instead of I'm telling you while I'm playing the game, I'm like, stop being a little bee. Fight me one-on-one. I want the fair ones. That's it. I want the fair. I want to fight. let's go. And he go, oh, I gotta do this. Ooh, I gotta do it. Like, no, stop that. No, stop that. Let's go. 1-on-1. And because the burner deck only had the spirit some card, I could totally look it up, but that you couldn't beat him, and he couldn't do anything. So he conceded, seceded, and then won, and that was within the tournament.
It's conceded. Yours right.
Is it conceded?
It's conceded. Yeah.
No, it's seceded. You secede. You give up.
No, concede.
You concede.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not conceded, because concede is like
No,
I'm hot
conceded.
shit.
No, you concede is when you give up.
Okay, concede. So yes, he conceded when he realized that his strategy of his whole deck was thrown out. But okay, this is why we do live, and this is why we keep talking.
Exactly.
This is what we do. It's all game. It's great.
Exactly.
So whoever messes with Yu-Gi-Oh, again, for the kids, I want to start them with Pokemon because they
Pokemon's
understand
a lot
strategy.
easier. It's a lot easier to do Pokemon, and then because Yu-Gi is definitely a lot more harder, especially nowadays. Like I don't even know how to play nowadays.
As soon
It's
as
like,
Synchron was introduced, I stopped.
Exactly, and it's like tune them up. I'm like, nope, I'm good.
and then I wanted to learn it, but nah, I'm like.
That's the reason why I stopped. That's
where
why,
am I gonna? I don't.
That's why I never learned to
overwhelmed
play
me.
Magic because that thing's way too hard to learn. Like I didn't even try to learn that.
Well, Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic's been a staple. It's been there for how long?
Since the '90s, mid-'90s, I think.
And
And it's still going.
Look,
on.
if I want to go back to it, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, exactly. I'll stick with those two. But like I said, expensive hobbies.
So Target, and not just Target, by the way. You do understand. It's not
It's
just Target.
Walmart.
It's Walmart.
Yep.
And then those are the big two. So we'll see how the summer treats it with other stores.
Exactly. But yeah, Walmart's a big one too. But I know Target was the one that's all over New York. But Walmart is one of the ones too that decided to.
Yeah, the last
doing
thing
it
we
for
need is to
safety
have
and
children to
liability.
flash dance with video games or card games. And,
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about this here. It's very, very small, and I was debating, but I'm going to wait because I got responsibilities. The new color set of the DualSense controllers on the PlayStation 5. Cosmic Red, and what's the black one called?
Midnight Black.
Midnight Black.
I'm
And then,
excited.
let me tell you something.
The red one.
And okay, but hey, I'm
sorry.
gonna ask you this because I
I'm
had an
sorry.
argument with
I'm
my
sorry.
own 6-year-old, and you can't have arguments with your 6-year-old because that makes you look kind of stupid.
Well-
but I did. It wasn't an argument, but like
I get it.
it was a very, very disagreement. But then the wife wants to side with the child. I'm like, what do you mean? So I'm gonna ask you
Go ahead, ask me.
again with the finger because I can't
Yes.
point. So that's gonna be the thing in our podcast. Like they hit the finger because you can point. Because I do it with the camera while I'm facing you. So now we were saying we see the Midnight Black. That thing looks tough. It looks good, right? But something very different compared for the white PlayStation 5. So what could pop? So I show my child, and my child goes, "Oh, it looks purple."
That is not purple.
Okay, but now hold on, wait.
I'll calm down. I'll calm down.
Then he tells me, no, boy, that's red. That is red. No, it's purple. Then he identifies the blue hue that the DualSense controller gives out in the touchpad of the actual controller.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get the DualSense controller. I'll show y'all. Actually, do it live. Why not? Christopher, can you give me one of the DualSense controllers? Can you give me one of the DualSense controllers, the PlayStation 5 controller? Not the one that's connected. Yeah, the one that's not connected. Thanks, potato chip. So, I can't light it up for you guys. And you can say, hey, the camera's here. Here. He says hi. His name's Christopher. So, as you can see here, you want to say hi to again? And just monkey see, monkey do. All 6-year-olds do it. And this is his name's Carter, guys.
Hi.
It's right here. Say hi.
Hi.
So, all right. Love you too, kids. All right, go ahead and have fun. All right, you want to give me a hug? Give me a hug. There you go. Love you too. All right, cool. Anywho, regular DualSense controller. This light here, when you put it on,
It's blue.
it glows blue.
Yes.
It glows blue.
Yes.
On both. Okay?
Yep. Right there. I know. Right
so
there.
you understand that.
Yep, I know.
So you guys understand how it works. Cool. Or how it looks. So apparently the Cosmic Red, you put it into a different angle and how the advertisement comes off. And that's another thing. I could show a video if that I could do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hunt it down. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show y'all the video. when you and then here's the thing. We're gonna show them.
We haven't gotten to the
put it into the comments, and we can put it into the comments. Does it look purple? So when you see it, the middle of it looks purple. So he says it looks purple. She says it looks purple. I see blue because I know it's blue, but I think I could get it. But I'm like, it's not purple though. It's red.
I will tell you what it is.
We know that. You guys hear that? So there you go. From another room. So again, how it is shown off, gives off that it looks purple.
It's because the color itself, way the shade of red it is.
Yeah.
It's a pretty much like a what I guess I've been seeing around like a blood red. So it's not a red, it's a blood red.
Yeah.
Like a wine red.
Yeah.
That's what kind of red it is. So it does have the shades, or I guess in the correct light, you might see a shade of purple in there somewhere.
I can't get the video because I have to download it. And you know what? I'm gonna do it through YouTube because you guys can.
But
see
yeah,
it
so
small.
pretty much it's kind of like that. But it's definitely red. It's not purple at all. No. But I can understand that in certain lights, and with lights certain around, it can pop off as a little maybe like a plum type of purple.
I'm gonna try to get the link right now for you guys to understand it.
It's definitely because of the color. It's like a blood red. It's like a wine red. That's what it is. And that's what makes it the way it looks like. And I personally love it because it looks fancy as fuck. And I love that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The passion.
It does though. It looks expensive.
For which color? The
red one.
I'm not gonna lie. It does look premium. But here's the thing.
It looks fancy.
Can you right now? Can you, while I'm doing this, can you go and you can see the image here. I gotta hide that because I don't want you guys seeing that now. That's weird. You see the image. So can you look at the prices for Cosmic Red and Midnight Black? I swear the Cosmic Red is 74. They do. They have the prices.
They do. I thought they didn't. Oh, I thought they didn't.
GameStop has the prices. I think Cosmic Red is $74.99 and the Midnight Black is $69.99. That would explain the $5 difference because it looks damn near good. That's why. So let me do this here. So you guys are aware this is our first time we're going about showing a browser type of video file, so you guys could.
It is $75.
$75 for the Cosmic, right?
Yep. And let me see for the Midnight Black.
As he researches.
I'm not gonna deny the black one looks slick too, but it's just the red one.
The
looks
black
more
one looks
fancy.
mean.
$70.
So they both 70?
No, 75 for the red.
Now I kind of want the 75 because
honestly,
that thing.
I just think it just looks more fancy in my opinion.
It does. It does.
It kind of has more.
But I like black. It's a
the
very
black
strong,
looks nice too.
It's a very strong contrast to white. Like, I got a white PS5 with the white DualSense with the black controller, so you got that contrast.
I just like that red.
But that red does
fancy.
look good though.
Fancy.
And again, it's not just regular red like the shirt that Outlanders is rocking. It's a deep red. Now,
yeah, it's like a wine red, a blood red. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that color.
So do me a favor, put the volume up a little bit on yours, right? And then on the stream, we're gonna I'm gonna play this video. There's gonna be audio. I want to know.
It's delayed. Remember that.
Yeah, I know, but
okay.
So if you hear silence, that's literally us trying to troubleshoot. Lower it a little bit because I don't want any feedback.
Okay, hold on.
So that's the controllers for the DualSense controller, which comes out what, June?
Next month. They didn't give an exact date yet, but it's next month.
GameStop has that date. Go get it.
Are you kidding me?
Go ahead. Of course they do. I was trying to get it. Boy, listen, I want to upgrade my little. I need at least a third controller because I can take at least a white DualSense.
Well, I have two controllers too. That's why I was thinking. Oh, it says the 7th.
June 7th.
Yeah.
June 7th of these two beautiful, nice looking controllers. Okay, so
I thought they didn't announce a date. That's why I didn't know that.
No, they didn't. Oh, look. Go ahead. Here we go. Here's the trailer. As you can see, if you guys can see the actual blue give off a purple, you guys can tell me. Or leave it in the comments if you do see it. Look at that.
Yeah, because I have two controllers. It's like I don't know.
Look at CCC. Check it. Well, I mean you can't. But
I can't right now.
See, it shows all blue.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I seen it live, so you can see it right now.
Well, I seen it live. Well, not live, but I saw
Yeah, but
it.
see,
when was
check it
on.
out. Check it out. I'm telling you, like, I just seen it, and now he's seeing the actual feed. I don't see it. I don't see purple, but they do. All eyeballs are different, I guess. So, don't know. Yeah, can you hear it?
I can hear the
You
baby.
can hear the audio.
Well, it's all, it's not. It's like a background kind of noise, right?
No, like the audio from the trailer.
I think I can hear the audio. Yeah.
You sure? Put it up. Put it up. Put it up.
I thought you said not to.
Just put it up. I want to hear if the audio played. Is it playing? No. Can you rewind it?
Oh shit.
Oh, we might not be able to. I will say that it wasn't listed on there, on the audio as the source.
Is this Streamlabs thing?
So can you look at the prices? No.
No, I guess not.
Well, maybe our next segment is gonna show it off. So
We'll find out. Hopefully, yeah.
we'll find out.
Okay,
Let's get out
I can
of
lower
this
it
real
now.
quick.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Ooh, man, episode 10 is going epic right now.
Are you kidding?
Ooh, yeah, because for,
It's underneath
and it shut off everything. Oh, snap. Yo. Oh, Lord. No, I won't fight him. We wanna make sure everything is still smooth. Nothing. I just want to make sure that my laptop where our podcast is live and streamed. If it's not Luba, it's outlandish, everybody. So episode 10, this is great. So I'm thinking every episode, every 10 episodes, something stupid outlandish is gonna do. Oh my God, guy. Damn, I'm gonna have to make you another drink. Or do you still need a drink? Because clearly, I don't know if you're up for it. I'm currently lifting up the laptop because Outlandish went ahead and drank his custom drink during our podcast all over the table. And the table is now flooded with the liquid and then marinated into my laptop. Can you do me a favor and, like, dry my laptop, sir? This is fantastic. Oh, it's still going. And it's funny because the today it would be where my DualSense Controller is slowly about to be submerged. Oh, the wife is gonna kill you, dude. Oh, she gonna kill. It's underneath. It's underneath it. You would think my dumb ass would do it. So let me give you a little history because it's called B.o.P, Brothers of Podcasts. So we're brothers, okay? Outlandish is never a day when he doesn't bore you or somehow entertain you with the most clumsiest bull crap he can pull. It did not touch the DualSense controller. And if so, I probably would take yours if mine does not work anymore. I don't think you would want that. No, but as you can see here, so yeah, cool. I'm holding it now like it's a selfie. He doesn't bore you. He does not bore you. He is there to entertain you without purposely trying to entertain you. My arm and hand is getting numb. No, what do you mean? The paper towels? Yes. Paper towels are going to be right in through that door on the right side, immediate on the right side. Oh, Lord. I feel a drip from my laptop. This is classic. I got to go ahead and put this down. And then we're going to have to rearrange our setup.
Did the light turn off on itself?
That's debatable. No, I think the wire came out. I will say it does smell like a lot of Captain. Could have been worse. You could have had tequila. Oh, my God. The last time we had this debacle was our newfoundly fur baby, Luma, ran through one of the wires that were low and it knocked down like half of our setup. Okay, can you attack this so I can at least drop my laptop? How the fuck did you make that happen?
No, it's because when I moved this, it dropped.
What drop? Move what?
This.
How viciously did you drop it? You shouldn't have the cup in front of the iPad. All right, right here, dude, right here. I sort of, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be sticky. Look at that's all. Oh man, shit. Oh. Yeah, I need another. Yeah, get that, and my laptop is sticky as fuck. And the bottom. Oh man. Nothing's happening on that other camera, as you guys know. He's running.
What?
Now we focus. Now he put the camera to you, and you're just working it. The whole time it was on me. You know? Yeah, cause I'm gonna need that. Good. All right, for now.
Soapy, hold on.
Soapy. Oh shit! You put soap in that bitch?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Cause you gotta get rid of the.
Clean it so it doesn't get sticky.
Yeah, the sugar. So what I'm gonna do, as a proud brethren of yours, I'm gonna make you another drink. But this time, don't put it directly in front of the damn iPad. Okay?
Okay.
And then once we're done, you do understand we have to lift this this glass. You know the liquid is inside the table. You do understand that. You are aware.
Yeah.
All right. For now, let's sit. Let's 15. What was it? A good 10-minute delay. Hey, Outlander. Oh, okay. He left me. Okay. I'm gonna bring up another topic, and I'm gonna make you another drink and wash my hands because I have some stickiness happening. You good? You recovered? You fine? You fine?
I'm panicking. I was panicking.
This was
Can you turn the
great.
light on?
Huh? Oh yeah, if it works. How is it? The power
The
button?
top button. The power button. There it goes.
Oh my God. The wife is
Okay.
gonna kill you. It's gonna be hilarious.
So what topic?
Okay, so we talked about the cut. This is funny as shit. This is hilarious. Okay, so let's collect yourself.
Yes.
Take
I'm
a deep breath.
collected.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm collected. Okay.
All right, so we are going. What topic do you want to talk about? Because I got to make another drink, wash my hands.
Let's do. Oh, the rumor of the Donkey Kong thing.
Okay, so we do have this image here that we're gonna bring up. And it
So
should be good here.
So, there's a rumor that's going on. Remember, this is a rumor. I want to make sure I stress that out, that this is a rumor. So, this year is the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong, when Donkey Kong first came into the world. Now, there's rumors that there's going to be a new Donkey Kong game to come out this year, and it's actually not going to be made by Retro Studios, which has been making the the Donkey Kong Country Return series. It is going to be made by the same devs, Nintendo EDP or Tokyo EDP, who did Super Mario Odyssey, which that's what kind of made me think about, like, oh, okay. So what they're going to do, they haven't said if this is going to be either a main title or like a side title, or if it's going to be either 2D or a 3D one. or a 2D5 or whatever. Because you know how the tropical thing is like 2D, 3D, like 3D graphics, but with 2D side-scrolling platforming. They don't know if it's going to be like that or it's going to be something similar to how Super Mario is, which is an open world type of game, which would be pretty awesome because Donkey Kong 64, I don't know if you guys remember that on the 64, that was an open world collectathon type of platformer game, which it would be kind of cool if they did something like that, but we don't know exactly if they're going to be doing that or it's going to be a spin-off game or it's going to be an actual game. But this kind of rumor I'm hearing is actually a pretty cool rumor, and I love hearing things like this. And also, it's not going to be made by Retro Studios, so that's going to be interesting. This began being made around 2017 to 18, so it did have its time to be, being made and being focused on. Now I'm just wondering, like, what kind of game it's going to be. And it's also been rumored that this may be announced next month during E3, because you know how Nintendo is going to be on E3. And we still have the back end of the year for Nintendo to know what games will be coming out. So this would be a nice little surprise if it's true. Like I said, if it's true, this will be a nice little surprise to add onto the collection of the Switch, which would be pretty nice. Which that's what I'm excited about, and I can't wait. Honestly, I would say secretly, I wouldn't mind the whole Donkey Kong Country thing, how it looked then, but Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns, I kind of want something new, and if it does go the route of Super Mario Odyssey, I think that would be pretty awesome. I honestly think it would be pretty awesome, and that would be a fun game to do, and it'll be a different route. Because like I said, they haven't gone 3D like that since Donkey Kong 64, which came out in 1999, so over 20 years ago. 22 years ago this year. Yeah, 22 years ago this year. So it'll be interesting if they decide to go that route. But like I said, rumor, who knows if it'll even be announced next month, or we'll even get something this year. But it's the 40th anniversary. We have to get something Donkey Kong this year. And honestly, that just only makes sense to have that as our game to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong. And it doesn't even have to be like part of the Donkey Kong Country series, but I honestly want it to be a platformer game because Donkey Kong Country was one of my favorite games growing up on the Super Nintendo. I used to play with my mom and my brother all the time, especially number 2. That's my favorite. So I would like it to keep it in the platformer round. But it could be a 3D platformer similar to Super Mario Odyssey. I'd be happy with that, honestly. Yeah.
Damn right. Yeah, with Donkey Kong, you are more a Nintendo fan, but I do respect the retro 1, 2, and 3. So for them to have a new game coming out, and you said the 40th anniversary?
Yeah, it's a rumor, like I said. Rumor.
Yeah.
It's already been leaked out. It's been leaked out by one of the guys. His name is Zippo. He leaks out a lot of Nintendo news.
Now,
and for the most part, he's right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so his track record
it's pretty
solid.
Good. It's a pretty good, solid track record.
So we'll see.
We'll see. I'm hoping for it. It'll be good. I just can't wait. Obviously, hopefully next month. Because like I said, Nintendo still has a whole end of the year to announce games for. They already have everything from the beginning of the year. We need something more at the end of the year. So
Got it.
That could be one of them.
All right. Let's dive into a slight rumor here, which is a PlayStation VR 2.
Yep, there's some new rumors.
So there's new rumors. The only thing we've seen is the actual controllers that they're going to introduce to the VR 2.
Yeah, which kind of looks like Vive. Is it Vive
It
controllers?
is the type of HTC Vive.
It's the Vive. That looks like that, right?
And then the Oculus had the little ring over it too. So it's like it's not as much, but then they took their concept as well. So give us the rumors, because the only thing I've heard about was the controllers.
So pretty much what they're saying is one of it is that they're going to have eye tracking with the VR.
Okay.
Meaning that it'll be able to track what you're looking at in the VR world, which is not very common in the thing, because things like the Quest 2, they kind of do like a mock version of it. So it'll like move the head so you'll kind of see what you're seeing. But they're trying to do like you can be able to focus and see what it is.
Now that seems cool.
Now this is the second thing too. Now they're also saying it's going to be higher GPU, so they'll be able to focus more of the thing on what you're focusing on, and your peripheral vision, the side vision, will be a little more blurry. So it'll focus on and get like the detail of what you're actually looking at.
So pretty much, it's mimicking your eyeballs.
Pretty much. That's what it seems like it's doing.
That.
Like I said, this is all rumors right now. We don't know if it's 100% sure.
That's
but
pretty
if
cool.
that works
That's
like that,
pretty cool.
that would be pretty awesome. And they also announced that, which I'm sure is not a shock because, PS5 is going to have the haptic features also with this too.
But how so? We get hit in the head and fucking
Well,
vibrates in your
that's
face?
the thing. They haven't gone into too much detail, but it's going to be located in your headset.
Ew.
So that means, I'm assuming,
Oh my
if
God,
that's the
dude.
case, that anything
Oh
that
my
happens,
God,
it'll be like
yo.
rumbling and stuff like that, like you're actually in there.
What if
So
like
I don't know.
you get sniped, bro? Bah! Oh!
They haven't gone into too much detail on that part because, like I said, it was all just leaked out rumors and stuff like that. But that would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Especially if you play like a shooting game, like let's say they release a Call of Duty for it or something like that. Oh my God, that'll be like a little realistic, won't it?
What kind of
and they said
feedback
the controllers is
is
going to have, of course, the obvious haptic feedback and all that type of stuff. And it's going to have up north of 4K.
Okay.
So it's going to have 2,000 by 2,040 pixels per eye.
So it's
that's 4,000.
4K.
Yeah.
So that's 4K.
Exactly. So, but they didn't mention on the hertz per minute or hertz per, is it per minute or per?
Frames per second.
HZ, 120 HZ.
Oh, hertz.
That's,
So they're trying to say if it's not going to be 240 hertz?
We don't know that yet. The Quest 2 is 120, but they didn't announce what this one's going to be.
Okay. So if they want to fit with the market, 120. But if they want to upgrade, and based on what you're telling me with the specs,
It could possibly be
it could possibly be 240.
Well, we
and
don't
I would
know
love
that.
that.
We don't know. That would be
A
amazing.
lot of these displays now, they're getting hip to 120 hertz as a
that's what the Quest 2 has right now.
Yeah,
It's
Quest
120.
2, even iPhones and the newest Samsung devices have 120 hertz. The iPhone will be next year, not next year, but this year's version will be 120 hertz. So
Now the only
of the actual screen itself.
Now, the only thing with the downside with this, it's still going to be wired.
One wire.
But it's only one wire.
One wire.
It's a USB-C. It's a USB-C.
I would take it.
But it's
I
only
would
one
take
wire, because with the other one, I think it has like 3 wires or something like that all over the place. It's
Yeah,
like crazy.
yeah. It's one wire, but there's technically 2 of them, and then you got another wire
Exactly. But this one, it's all one wire. So that's a good thing. It's going to be USB. But the thing is, they should have gone the level of Quest 2. That's wireless.
for the power. Yeah, they should have.
But
Wireless.
I get it. Because if they're going to put all that type of detail, you can't do that at wireless because the battery, it'll run out in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, or explode in your head.
That's-
Lawsuit.
That too. So that's why they have to have a wire, especially that's why the Vive always has wires, because those games are powerful.
Yeah.
But you need a wire.
Yep.
So that's why they're doing it at the place, because those games are going to be powerful.
It's like analog connections. Get it analog. It's based
that's
on
why
the
with the
actual
Quest 2
hardware itself, nothing emulated or software based.
With the Quest 2, in order to play like the harder, like the best graphic level games, you have to have a hard wire.
Gotta get it connected because
have
that's how
to.
you get the best of the best.
Exactly.
Which does make sense. So
It
with
does.
one wire to have all those more realistic features, I'm
Which is
down.
pretty cool. I'm
You
okay with that.
Whoever got the PlayStation VR already with those wires, they would obviously welcome one, but they want wireless, but they don't really understand the real differences.
Yeah.
So
It's-
I would say one wire is fine.
Yeah, one wire is fine, especially like all the things. Like you can't do that all in a wireless thing, because we're not at that technology level yet to do that with a wireless thing. We're not.
No, we are, but do they want batteries to be overheated and Samsung in their fucking left
Lawsuits
side?
are waiting.
Yeah, liability. Keyword, liability.
And companies
That's
don't
like
want
today's
that.
word today.
Companies don't want that.
They don't want that. They don't want to be liable for some damages or manufacturing
Exactly. God
defects.
forbid-
Samsung already fought that with their Galaxy phones
God
and
forbid a
tablets.
PlayStation headset blows up. God forbid that.
Absolutely, especially with the haptic feedback as rumored. Are you kidding?
God forbid.
Like, nah. So that's good rumors. Anything else on that? None really.
Those are the only things that's been released.
That's
out.
pretty cool.
So, but like I said, more things are coming out. So we're hoping that maybe this year, maybe on E3, who knows?
Yeah.
Something could be announced, maybe a firm date, maybe some games are going to be, maybe how the headset looks. Because we already know kind of know how the controllers. Was that a mod, the controllers, or was that real?
There was no controllers that I showed. It was just the headset
No, I thought
for the VR.
The VR. I thought there was those controllers that you put
It
in.
was just the dude in the
Oh,
VR.
okay.
That's it. So I just brought up the link. The link is Epic vs. Apple, so we're gonna get into it
Oh,
again.
now you can get
And
to
it's
it.
not
That's
really.
gonna be more you,
It's
because
not
you
that
don't
deep,
know.
but it was hilarious. And I'm not gonna. Again, I want to give it to you easy and digestible as best as I can, and I'm gonna give it to you straight up. What happened? So there's things that just popped up. So I'm gonna start off with this because it's the more. Dude, at least you all sorts of fucked up. You all sorts of fucked up. My man, I could have just signaled, like give it a little up-a-ting, and then like I'll switch up. Like they don't see all that chicken. That's gonna be a freaking a hashtag. That's what's gonna hashtag chicken wing, papa and bologna. Oh yeah, he went in there. Yeah, he got to eat because we order stuff, we do our thing. So just
Well, I
away
figured since you were talking.
well, yeah, but shit, I gotta hit it. You know, like focus, give it a little ha ha. Then I can like change up. Okay. Anywho, Epic vs. Apple second week. Epic was finalizing, Apple's preparing, and pretty much nothing really came out. I'm gonna butcher this name. It's called Inchigo.io. And I want you guys to remember that because what Apple did during the examination process was, I'm going to say disrespectful. Clever, but disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. Like, come on. So, what Apple is trying to get brownie points, and before I even get into this, there's rumors that Apple's going to win the case, but Epic is going to win the long haul. And I personally don't want that to happen. I want Epic to win and Apple to face the brunt.
Honestly, I do too.
Even if Apple is seen to be the victor, because the way they carry themselves now, trying to defend their property when they make it bank, is retarded. Anywho, Apple's lawyers tried to pry from the Epic representative, and I don't know if I have the actual, I think I saved it. Let's see here, just so I can give you some names and name drop it real quick for you guys. I probably, oh, there it goes. Yep. Oh, no, yeah, I could actually put that. That's fine. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go and give you a name drop. Who and what. If I could just find... Epic giveaway, free games. Nope. Oh, okay. I'd say this one. Doesn't really need to. One point. Epic, Tim Sweeney, apologizes deeply to Ubisoft on how they messed up. And by messed up meaning, Epic Store was the go-to store to get Assassin's Creed for free by mods. And they pretty much jailbroke it and got the actual game for free, and they got tons, which obviously hinders the Epic Play Store, so he profusely apologized to him. That came out. Again, these are things that are not public. They shouldn't be public.
It was in the email, too.
It was the email. It was the email. I could read, you know what? I should read the email, huh?
It was pretty, wow. Like, he was bagging. Like, he's so...
He messed up, and he has to own it. So, and you know what? It is what it is. So he goes, this is by Tim Sweeney, the CEO of Epic Games, and he says, in quote, "Dear Yves, I'm writing to apologize for the shortcomings in our Epic Games Store implementation of our Uplay integration. In the past 48 hours, the rate of fraudulent transactions on... Oh, it wasn't even Assassin's Creed, it was Division, surpassed 70%. It was approaching 90%. Sophisticated hackers were creating Epic accounts, buying Ubisoft games with stolen credit cards, then selling the linked Ubisoft accounts faster than we were disabling linked Ubisoft purchases for fraud. Fraud rates for other Epic Games Stores titles are under 2%, and Fortnite is under 1%. So 70% fraud was an extraordinary situation.
Huge.
So imagine telling a major company that is
Like,
redonkulous.
Sorry, we fucked up.
To stop the fraud, we disable purchasing of Ubisoft games. We will make We will make our best efforts to restore service as quickly as we can. This depends on a real-time system for disabling refunded and fraudulent purchases on Uplay and anti-fraud improvements in Epic services. This work will likely take at least 2 weeks to complete. The fault in this situation is entirely Epic's, and all of the minimum revenue guarantees remain in place to ensure our performance. I'm sorry for the trouble, Tim Sweeney. I give him that because he went ahead and told and admitted it and didn't sugarcoat shit. And they still got a relationship. Mm-hmm. It's called honesty. That's all you need. Yeah. Honesty. Okay? That's all you need. So that came out. Again, these are things that are not public, and that came out during the court proceedings. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of the one I wanted.
What about the IG one?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. It's pretty much a courtesy of Kotaku. They have a whole list of what went down. So, and I've seen it, but then they have a huge list, so that kind of makes it easier for me. And quote, Apple tries really hard to get Epic to admit they sell porn on their store.
Yep.
Like, really? How? So they pressed one of their lawyers here. Let's see. Apple's lawyers were establishing Epic's quality control process. So they were questioning, versus Apple Store, their quality control. And to give you an idea of what she was playing at, she just brought up a quote in which Epic CEO Tim Sweeney called some consumers humorless trolls and asked Epic Games store VP Steve Alston if Sweeney was referring to Epic's own customers. She then moved on to the line of questioning surrounding itch.io. That's what it's called. Itch.io. The indie game store Epic recently added to the Apple lineup, seemingly to take shot at Apple. Here's the thing. Itch.io is not in the actual game to download or an app to download within the Epic Game Store. No. It is an extension, like a referral. And then you download the itch.io client. Okay? So you're aware, where is it? It wasn't Allison, it was somebody else.
So technically it's not even on them, on Epic.
No. She then brought up that itch.io, noting that it includes so-called adult games, pointing to specific games whose title was inaudible in official court audio. Allison replied that he was not aware of adult games on itch. So it was Steve Allison. I am very mistaken. It's not Allison that I assumed that it was a woman. It was Steve Allison, which that's his last name. They're pressing him to admit that Epic sells porn on Epic Games Store, which in fact it does not.
Which is not the case.
In quote says, Allison replied to pointing out that itch.io is on Epic, but it is not itself the Epic Game Store. Itch.io is an app store that is not the Epic Game Store. We are not included in an itch distribution pitch. Allison said Epic is only distributing the app store on itch.io. So they still went ahead. The lawyer that suggested that itch apps have not gone through any review process whatsoever, to which Allison replied that they are subject to whatever process itch.io puts in front of their developers.
Yeah, I can't believe Apple went stoop that low.
Yeah, because they want to make the judge, because the judge is looking at facts that's presented to them at that moment and then make the decision.
Fact at all. Who gives a?
They do, because once they realize, because what Apple was questioning is the process of vetting apps. If they feel that was the truth and they plucked a hole, the judge could look at, well, Apple has the wall guarded for a reason and they're very pristine. Maybe Epic should learn a thing or two. Boom, Apple wins.
But if that's the case, that's not the case though, because
it is not the case, because what happened was, so quote, so Allison disagreed with the quote previous, which is, so Epic Games, your store is on the hook for whatever process itch.io puts in place to review these games. They are so offensive we cannot speak about them here. Correct? She said. Allison disagreed. Unquote. So can you or can you not access those apps through the App Store? Asked the lawyer. Allison once again argued that while there might be porn on itch.io, that's not the same as it being on the Epic Game Store. And in quote, you cannot access those apps through the Epic Game Store. Exactly. You can access those apps through their application, which we are downloading itch.io within an app store. You have to have your own account with them and use their store, and they're subject to their terms.
Exactly. That's exactly how I saw it too.
So
That's why I was
legally,
like, what is Apple trying to do?
So what Apple was trying to show is, because that is relevant in their site, knowing that they sell this, you still promote them on the site. No, I don't promote for one. Second, in order for you to take advantage of their content, you have to actually make it your own account and accept their terms of service.
Exactly.
Every account that you make, you have to accept their terms of service.
So that means you follow their rules, not Epic's rules.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's like if I refer you to go do something and then you do that something screws you over. You're not going to come at me.
No, you come at them.
You come at them because you went and voluntarily signed on and accepted those terms.
Exactly.
I referred you to that. I could be left in the dust and learn that the hard way, but you went ahead and you signed up and then you accepted it.
Exactly.
So Apple lawyers are trying to get on that with Epic, and they weren't having that. So they were very firm with that situation. It sucks because, yes, IO apparently sells that. I guess it's adult games. They consider just, the blanketed term of the P word. Okay, so now they're saying that, well, these guys sell adult games. No, I don't. No, we can represent it, but we don't sell it. You got to click it and download it, get their application, sign up, accept, and then download. That's not us.
Nope.
They try to pass that buck.
Of course they're trying to do that because Apple's it's grasping at straws right now. That's what Apple's doing.
And I feel like that is the case now. I feel like that is the case only because their how would I say this? Their tactics is coming out bad. and not just their tactics. We kind of already knew what went down or how they operated. But how it affects the market slowly is coming out.
Uh-huh. And it's not looking good for them.
Epic does have NVIDIA and does have Microsoft behind their backs.
Of course.
Mind
and
you.
Microsoft has money.
And NVIDIA wanted their streaming tech to be on the Apple iPhone App Store. Jesus. They wanted that in their App Store. Mm-hmm. My argument is you're going to let Netflix and Hulu and HBO, but you ain't going to not let any games? I wonder why. Then they give out the Apple Arcade.
You know that's why.
You know that's why.
They wanted their money. They wanted to be
compete.
the only place to get games. You go to Apple Store. You play these games on this store. That's it. Done.
Yep. So these documents came out. And let's see. Now, another one that was completely random, and I want to actually bring it up to you because it was so messed up. And I explained this to the wife, too, because it was kind of messed up. An email leaked. Pretty much Tim Cook didn't realize who the hell Tim Sweeney was.
I was laughing when I saw that. I'm sorry. I was dying laughing.
Yeah, that was...
I'm sorry. I was dying laughing. It's like, wow.
I'm trying to find it right now.
You didn't know who you were.
Like, bro, I think he thought he was a custodian or he was another management of whatnot.
I was just like, that must suck. That's probably why you're angry.
Like, bro, you don't know who I am, yo? I run the game Forza Nighta. Yeah.
Who are you?
Here we go. I got it. So, here we go. All right. Another day, another collection. This is a courtesy of Kotaku. Another day, another collection of very funny and insightful documents being released as part of the Apple vs. Epic lawsuit. For tonight, we have a 2015 email from Epic's Tim Sweeney to Apple CEO Tim Cook, which one executive issues as passionate plea for marketplace reform, and the other says, "Who is this man?" This messed up. So, Tim Sweeney sends Tim Cook an email, and he goes, "Hi, Tim," end quote. "Y'all should think about separating iOS App Store curation from compliance review and app distribution. The App Store has done much good for the industry, but it doesn't seem tangible for Apple to be a sole arbiter of expression and commerce over the app platform approaching 1 billion users. Compliance review cannot be limited to API compatibility, safety," this is the reason why I'm reading all of this, "safety, data privacy, and fair disclosure practices. Compliant apps could be signed to allow open distribution via web or by confirming an invocation from another app, with no restrictions of engaging in commerce directly with users." You know what Tim Cook says? What I just read is deeply detailed. Coming from a CEO that runs Fortnite. You know what Tim Cook says? Rather than replying directly to the dude who began his unsolicited request to alter Apple's billionaire business plan with the word y'all, Cook forwarded the email to colleagues Phil Schiller and Eddie Q. He forwarded the email to both of the second henchmen in Apple and said, "Is this the guy that was at one of our rehearsals?"
Oh, God.
I'm just going to go ahead and minimize this window from here.
I was just laughing when I heard all that. I was
This
like,
man
this is way
said-
too funny. Like, who is
Is this guy one of from our rehearsals? Oh my God, that is so painful. That
I
is
was laughing.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I was disrespectful.
At least Steve Jobs would have found out something and then talked to the person. I know he was very firm too,
He was just like,
but to be like, "Hey Eddie, is this guy from one of the rehearsals?" Of course, Tim was probably pissed. He's like, "What? You know who I am?" So that's what really came out with Epic vs. Apple. Just more leaked documents. I think the first wave was very epic.
definitely.
No pun intended.
Hopefully next week we'll definitely have a lot more.
More because Apple's going to be on the attack mode. And we've already seen what they tried to do.
Well, yeah, with the whole like the eye.
So
thing.
so if they start being petty like that, it kind of makes you wonder. Like from
oh,
the outside, you're like,
it's gonna make them look bad.
like
Even after the court case, people are gonna be looking at Apple differently and be like, "Wow, you really had to stoop that low to get what you want." Even if they win, they'll look at them like, "Ew, you had to stoop that low."
well, those are in the know. Us two would have realized like that's messed up.
It is.
So yes, we do own their products. Yes, we utilize those
I
products.
was about to
but
say,
when it comes
I'm
to
using one right now.
Yeah.
We're using two right now. I mean, yeah.
yeah, so but I would take off Apple Arcade. They'll lose that $5 from me. I won't download as much apps as I wanted to. I wouldn't do it.
'Cause you'll just feel like,
I will jailbreak my phone.
Don't you
in
already
spite
do
of
that?
you.
Don't you already do that?
Shut up. Shut up. I did. I don't now. But I will, and get my Xbox Game Pass, which is worth more and better than Apple's Arcade, and play it on my iPhone.
But they don't have that Final Fantasy game though.
Which?
What's it called? Fantasy something. The one that's made by Square Enix.
Oh, I could download the games. That's no problem.
Uh-huh.
I could download the games. But overall, you know, it is what it is, man. But nothing. Until next week, we have another one. Then the following week, I think she does make her decision. It's gonna be it's gonna be a game changer, man.
Either way, either if they win or lose, no matter who wins or lose, there's going to be consequences all over the place.
Yes, and I really do
And
hope
I'm so curious on what's going to be.
for the developers and the gaming community. I do want Apple to lose, to understand that Apple, you changed the cell phone game, not the gaming game, bro. Mm-hmm. Don't play that game. That's why I rock with Apple heavy. I understand. I was with them with the Samsung versus Apple, and that was a big lawsuit as well. Mm-hmm. And Apple ultimately won, and their rewards went down a little bit because there was other things that happened. But I'm with you with Apple. I'm with you. But when it comes to gaming, don't mess around. Mm-hmm. Stop it.
Exactly.
Because in hopes that this goes into Epic's favor, it's another way of showing that the people prevail, and Tim Sweeney is a legend. So the next thing we need to discuss is the shortages of the PlayStation 5. And the rumors of the PlayStation 5 and the shortages. Because you can relate to this, because you just explained it earlier to the wife in regards to the chip shortages of your actual job.
Yeah, because let me go into that then. So pretty. Oh, you go. Do that. Right there. So pretty much, there was a Sony little financial call this week, and then the chief financial officer Hiroki Todoki, yeah, that's the way we announce it, pretty much said that PS5 are going to be high demand constantly, that the supply of this won't be normalized until 2022. He literally said that because the reason he's saying that because the demand on this system is so high and they are in the process of trying to make it, but they're afraid they're not going to make enough to meet the demand that everyone wants. And as he was discussing, the reason for that is because the shortage of the chips, the shortage of the semiconductors, obviously the pandemic, and just all that combined, people not working and all that, just caused a delay on everything. And remember, these semiconductors and these chips, PlayStation 5 is not the only one using them. Pretty much, I'm thinking like 90% of everything in the world that uses an electronic uses these. Like an example, my job. I work at a Ford dealership. We are getting delayed on vehicles 6 to 8 months on new vehicles due to the shortages of these semiconductors and the chips. So they're used in cars because, the new technologies on the cars, they use them. Phones, TVs, systems, anything pretty much electronic with a screen that has it. And do you know what people were buying during the pandemic? TVs, screens, all those type of stuff.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to get that Vizio OLED.
So they're trying to get all that stuff. So a lot more semiconductors were being bought. So a lot more had to be made. But in order to meet the supply and demand and, being shortchanged and the thing, they had to sacrifice certain places because everyone needs to get like a phone, TV and all that. I guess PlayStation 5 and systems are not as a point because Switch is dealing with the same situation too.
Wasn't Sony the one that is now trying to get another factory?
And I don't think it's Sony themselves, but it's like certain companies.
They're trying to get their own factory because they should meet their bottleneck.
But there's issue with that because these factories have to be specialized.
Yep.
They cost billions of dollars to make these factories. Not millions, billions. Like
Billions.
$5 billion to make these type of things. So it's not easy money to come by. And obviously, they can't build these overnight. They take time to build. But they're trying to do that to prevent, I guess, something like this happening in the future. Something like this happens in the future. But these are not cheap. Sony did not say they were going to make that, but I know some other companies were. I can't remember the name of the companies. But they're trying to build their own so they don't have to have issues doing that. Again, it's pretty bad. Especially the electronics. So a lot of electronics are being hold back. Like Ford is not the only one dealing with the situation. There's a lot of companies.
No, a lot of car manufacturers are dealing with the. Even phone manufacturers are dealing with the chip shortage.
Exactly.
But man, your wings, bro. Dang, tell the audience what the hell did I just ingested? I got the most sauciest shit. Dang.
So the name of the place, it's called Bonehead's Wing Bar. Great place located in the Fall River. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fall. Okay, so they have a wings
Get
called.
close to the mic because I don't want it.
They have a wings called the Zombie.
Just bring it up to you.
They have a wings called.
Bring it to. Yes, and just sit and relax.
So they have a wings called the Zombie.
Oh my god.
It is cranberry and habanero.
Yeah, and you know what? It's fucking delicious.
Oh, it's delicious.
If you guys had a ghost pepper and dealt with the pain and understand the taste, it tastes like a ghost pepper. But
honestly,
god damn.
Honestly, for me, because I eat hot stuff all the time. I'm always eating spicy stuff. Like literally every day, I add ghost pepper to everything I eat.
It's weird because my friend Joe does the same thing, and y'all both did the same thing. Y'all just went ham with the spice, and I'm down. I'll take it. It is what it is.
So this,
but geez, I'm
so
sitting
this
back
is
like.
not. This has some tang to it. Has some like little spicy to it.
And
it's
nice,
not really
it's sweet.
bothering me.
It's nice and sweet and tangy, but that spice hits you. But the taste overall is literally a ghost pepper chicken. It's a ghost pepper flavored
delicious.
chicken.
I freaking
and
love
at
it.
first you're like, damn, that's good. Then you deal with the spice. You eat another one. Like, do I want to deal with it? And then you're like, you know what? And then once you get used to the taste, you're like, it's good. I'll deal with the spice. And that's his little spot. And I was like, let me get another one. And I grabbed one, knowing that it's spicy as hell, but man, at least give me some tolerance.
I'm so used to it, so that's what doesn't bother me anymore.
So sorry for the
little side
note. But yes, all systems are dealing with the chip shortage, but I don't see Microsoft dealing with that though.
I'm not sure if they are. That's the thing.
But the reason why I say that is because maybe they're not selling that much, and the demand is not as much.
They haven't been releasing numbers.
They haven't been releasing numbers, so that's kind of...
Sony and Switch have, but I don't know if they're full of themselves and they're selling a lot.
No. I think mainly the company, and I give full respect to Phil. I give him because he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. It's not like he's just running the company down to the dirt. He knows what he's doing.
No, he knows what he's doing.
But it's gonna hurt in about another 2 years. Because the console game, you can't just change the console game like an Apple. Or you can't change the console game like an smartphone business. Mm-hmm. But you can introduce it and continue and shape the industry to go to that route. But the hardcore gamers love hardware that accelerates. AKA PC gamers. Mm-hmm. They spend dumb loads of money.
Oh, dumb money.
To play the same games that you could play at the same quality level as a console.
Because they like their PCs.
But
they do.
They could raise the epicness, no pun intended, to all the games to make it look good. I watched a trailer on YouTube of GTA 5 storyline on the max 4K HDR ray tracing, high max resolution, everything, and it looked delicious. It looked good as hell. So you have those people, and those people make up the like you get those $2,000 plus PC makers, but guess where they came from? Console games, or at least the concept of a hardware that could put out such content. And then they got introduced to the PC and then learned that, I could upgrade my PC.
And don't forget with PC games. And don't forget with PC games, there's mods and stuff like that. So they have to mod up these games up too and all that.
Yeah, just like Resident Evil with the Barney.
That was funny.
And you can put that in 4K, ray tracing, HDR, Dolby Vision, Dolby Audio.
Exactly.
You could do all that. So to have that market coming from a console, right? Mm-hmm. What Phil's doing is introducing a service to consoles and hopes you buy the console. Because when they introduce it to the PC, it's a higher amount, but you get PC games and some Xbox games, but it's mainly PC games.
Yeah.
So now you have Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, but when you get Game Pass, you need an Xbox. So now you're saying the new generation consoles come out, the Xbox Series X and the S. But you can still take advantage of the Game Pass on the Xbox One the Xbox One X.
You can. Because most of the games that's coming out for the Xbox Series X right now is also coming out on the Xbox One or the PC. Like
see what I'm saying?
The new Halo game. Isn't that coming out for the... I don't know is it coming for
It's coming out for the Game Pass Ultimate day one.
Yep.
But only for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, but I thought it was coming for PC too.
I think.
Is it coming for the PC?
You might be. We might be wrong.
I'm not sure.
It might actually come off of the Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because something like that, it's like...
I'm going to look that up. Focus on you.
I understand with the whole, exclusive things, because, Sony has most exclusives and all that. And it's important that, a system... Well, in my opinion, I think it's important for a system to have exclusives and stuff like that, because that's what makes people buy a system. I know other people buy a system because they like the system and all that. Me, personally, I always go with the Sony because I like the controllers. And for me, for my taste in gaming, they have more exclusives than I do, than Xbox does. Because honestly, I didn't buy an Xbox One because they didn't have any exclusives that I want.
Based on MSN.com, it does seem like Xbox, the Halo Infinite will come out for the Xbox Series X, S, and Xbox One.
I knew it.
And then Xbox Game Pass will be day one release. Because their promise for Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate is whenever we release a Micro Studio versioned game. Obviously, they're studios. It'll be day one on all platforms.
Yeah, like
so,
Gears of War, things like that will automatically
So
pop up.
again, under Phil, it's gonna hurt at first. It's gonna hurt at first because the hardware numbers, and then all the investors are gonna look at this like, at first glance, they're gonna look at it like, oh my God, you're tanking. You got PlayStation 5, you got Switch, you got all of them coming out with hardware and hardware sales. But Microsoft, what you doing? But then the investors and the consumers that understand their motive, which I understand. Maybe you do. I don't know if you do.
I guess I understand.
Their services will make bank because Apple services are the key to Apple's success.
Well, yeah. It's always been the services.
Now it is. It wasn't like that. They always, until Apple decided not to release their hardware numbers like that for iPhones, knowing that they had the service to roll, they knew that their services. So their services is what? Apple Music, Apple Cloud Storage, Apple Care,
Apple Music,
Apple Arcade.
Apple Music.
I said that was the first one.
Okay.
They got some other services that they have. I know damn well they have like at least 2 or 3 more off the top of my head. Apple services, and obviously, Apple TV Plus. Apple TV Plus. So you have all those. Okay? You have all those. Now you got Game Pass Ultimate doing the same thing with their services on all different platforms, Xbox and PCs. Because obviously Windows, Microsoft owns Windows, of course.
Of course.
So, at first, it doesn't look good. So that's why Microsoft hasn't released their numbers. And they're probably afraid to do it. Their stocks might drop. I highly doubt it, though. I don't think it's going to. I think Phil's dream of what he wanted to do will succeed. But will the industry roll with that? And don't sit here and turn around and say, PlayStation Now is copying Microsoft. Microsoft is copying Sony. And the reason why I said that is because PlayStation Now has been there with PlayStation Now since Walmart was thinking about that.
Now, but the argument, I guess, that could be said is that, yeah, PlayStation Now has their services and all that, but they could say that Microsoft is doing it better.
And they are. Because PlayStation Now had to cut their price from $19.99 to $9.99 because of intense competition.
But there's also
Game Pass.
a lot more games on the Xbox, plus it just seems like it runs better, too.
The Game Pass, I'm not going to speak on the console. I will speak on the PC. You have to download them. That in itself wastes space on the actual PC itself.
Okay.
But they're working on Project xCloud, and shouts out to Rainway. Rainway was in our previous 2 episodes, episode 8, and they shined the light on that. They have a partnership with Xbox to allow cloud gaming on the PC via Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So they are making the moves to allow Xbox to seamlessly play these games on the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate on data, on internet versus downloading. And again, I do not speak on the Xbox console. I don't know you have to download the games to play. But assuming that you have to, I'm going to say that with this streaming, it allows Game Pass Ultimate to stream the games. I'm probably ignorant. You probably do stream them on Xbox. I don't know. I don't have it on the Xbox. I don't own an Xbox now. But I will say that is their goal that they're moving. PlayStation Now took a while to add games, and the games that they wanted to from the start wasn't available. And now it's getting available. Right now, and I'm surprised they didn't show my kids, Jump Force. I just started Jump Force. That's another game on PlayStation Now.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice and fantastic, and it's totally free. Well, not really free because I pay $10 a month,
as long as you pay your thing,
and 800 plus titles of old school retro PlayStation games. So you have a lot of library, and it's all streaming, and you do have a choice to download the games as well. And once you download the games, you do have the opportunity to get the downloadable content that either is free or you pay for it, but you can still have it and get the highest resolution and the downloadable content and saves and all that as a benefit of downloading the game. Again, I do not know if Game Pass you could download the games and take advantage of that. So I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hardware wise, with this shortage, Microsoft did not speak on any shortages because they're probably not selling that much systems. And again, it's gonna hurt at first.
But I mean, as long as they
It's
keep
a
up
risk,
with
man.
it,
It's
is.
a risk.
It's a risk.
It's a
definitely
risk.
is a risk.
Just think about that. Like
It definitely is a risk.
taking a console to a smartphone type of business, knowing that the bread and butter is consoles, but the only head store is GameStop. If you want to talk about games, once GameStop is gone, you have no choice but to go to everywhere else to buy. It's nothing that personal.
Like I said, the only thing with GameStop, like I said, I mean, you know how I feel about GameStop, but they have the games that I like to play, like more of the rare titles. Walmart, Target, and all them always tends to have what's popular being sold.
Oh yeah. See, I'm ignorant of that. You're right. They have more catalog of retro games or old games or pre-owned games than GameStop.
Well, don't forget, and also niche titles. You know, the titles that I like.
Yep.
They don't have titles like
the
that.
one game that you got that came with a mouse pad, and the mouse pad's cushion was her damn boobs.
Record of
one.
Agarist, yeah.
Yep. I remember that. It came with a pillowcase and whatnot.
Pillowcase and a frickin' the mouse pad thing, yeah.
The mouse pad was the boobs. Yeah, so GameStop has those, but you won't catch that in Walmart or Target.
They don't have those things. They'll just have the regular game. But games like that, they wouldn't even sell at Walmart because it doesn't sell. They'll have Call of Duty.
Yeah,
they'll have the sport titles. They have all the Marios.
Yeah.
But they won't have games like the Trails of Cold Steel. You know the game that you bought me for Christmas?
Yep, you
they
can't
won't have
find that
games
at
like
Walmart,
that.
no.
They won't have things like that. GameStop has games like that.
All commercial is sold in every other place you can run up to, but when it comes to niche titles and whatnot, GameStop does has that.
So that's the only thing. If GameStop does go down or anything like that, where am I going to get those type of titles anywhere? I'm going to have to go on Amazon, and I know Amazon
that's
sometimes
why
don't even have it either.
Hashtag deep fucking value. He knew that there's value in that store, bro, and I'm glad. Instead of $9, $4, $10, now it's hovering around 100 because they're going to do their damn thing, and I really do hope they do. And then maybe they can capitalize on the Microsoft partnership behind the scenes to make bank in the background. Because hardware-wise, it's not looking good. Digital is where it's at, unfortunately.
It is, unfortunately.
All right, so the chip shortages, again, it's everywhere. Everywhere you go, everywhere you hold, everywhere you look at, they have that chipset that needs to be updated or manufactured.
So now things are going to... So it's still going to be hard to get a PS5. Luckily, we got ours, but... It's gonna be hard for a lot of people to still get there.
I'm the plug, yo.
A lot of people. It's still gonna be hard for a lot of people to get into at least next year.
All right, so we have. Let's go with this niche little title here, and we're gonna. Oh my God, it was a big, huge image, dude. Jesus, hold on. Let me.
Which one?
Starts with a Z.
Oh, our childhood.
Yeah, and I don't like the game, but I like the game.
We played.
I hate the artwork, but I didn't. I was scared, but I didn't like it. Zombies ate my neighbors.
Yeah, so this was announced a couple of days ago. This came out of nowhere.
It did though. It did
out of nowhere. I was just like,
if you guys are not familiar, you could see the actual image. Retro Super Nintendo. I remember us playing in the kitchen.
Well, yeah, because we used to play
in the kitchen where was it? Was the kitchen, but it was the kind of far left side of the dining room, and we had the TV there, and we had to sit down with the Nintendo.
We would play co-op with each other. It was fun.
Yeah. So it was fun, but scary. It was weird.
So
I didn't like Gremlins in the movies when I was young. I was such a freaking scaredy cat. It's ridiculous. You would think it's the opposite, but it's really not.
So LucasArts Games decided to randomly announce that they're going to be releasing Zombies Ate My Neighbors and its sequel, Ghoul Squad.
A sequel? I didn't even know that.
It wasn't as popular as this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be coming out next month, around I believe the 29th, if I remember correctly. Yep, the 29th of next month. And it's going to be coming out for the PS4, the Switch, the Xbox One, and the PC.
Where are you going to get it on?
I'm probably going to get it for the PS4.
PS4,
I might get it for the Switch though, because I think I might want the portability.
I feel like it's a Switch, yeah.
It seems like it's probably a Switch. I'll probably get it for the Switch because I like the portability of it. But pretty much for people who do not know, this is a cult classic. It's like one of these games that at the time I guess it wasn't the most popular, but it got popular later in life. Me and my brother, we used to play it all the time.
Like Battletoads?
So pretty much it's like a action title, and pretty much your neighbors and everyone, there's a monster invasion. So there's zombies, there's big giant babies. Remember that big ass baby?
Yeah, that was the one that really kind of threw me all off. Like, why is there big ass baby
and it's your
walking
job
around
to save the neighborhood? You and your sister, it's like a brother and a sister thing, basically try to save the neighborhood. You save your neighbors and you kill these enemies with these guns that you have, these little laser guns and stuff. It was a lot of fun. The one thing I loved about this is the co-op play, because it's not like a split screen co-op. You could play it all at once, together all on the same screen.
You gonna kill Lewis? Yeah.
Later. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
Camera on you.
so pretty much it's like one of those cult classic games, and it's going to be coming out, and it's going to have extra features. It's going to
Don't look. Just continue.
It's going to upgrade. It's going to upgrade the graphics a little bit, like fix up the pixels and all that. And it's also going to have save features, which it didn't have in the thing. It was always a password situation. It's going to have a save feature. It's going to have a museum feature, which will be able to do like interviews, all that type of stuff. And it's going to be, it's like interviews and museums and soundtracks. It's going to have all that, which it's gonna have all that. So it's pretty cool, and I love that. And it's only going to be $15, so it's not even going to be full price type of game, which is great. It's going to be $15. I'm personally excited for that, and it's going to still have the co-op on this one too. So if you have the game, it could be like a co-op. So it's actually pretty cool.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. We should show the kids that.
That's what I'm saying. We played it as a kid, so they can play. It's not like scary.
No, it's not scary.
It's not scary. It's just a thing. But I just like it because it's a cult classic, and it's like just randomly announced. So I was like, okay.
Well, let me know. I let you know about Soccer Frontier, so let me know what Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And who knows, maybe we can live stream it on Twitch and just play it together, co-op, online.
Because it's just fun. It just bring my childhood back. Because like I said, me and you used to play it all the time, so it'll bring our childhood.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty. Yeah, I do remember that. I remember the one game that we were very intense with is G Doris.
Well, yeah, I remember that game.
There's one game that I was on PlayStation Now. I forgot the actual name, but it reminded me of G Doris. But it's time limits of certain sections you go through.
Which one?
I forgot the name of it, but I think it was a controller. Hard to remember because it was one of those games. I'm like, oh look, it looks like this, and I try to get the wife to go, hey, let's go ahead and try this, and we tried it, but then I'm like, oh man, this is a fucked up game because it's time limit. So you have to go through this in 30 seconds, and if not, you're done.
Yeah,
go back and do it again.
Games, yeah.
Oh, and then you don't revive and stuff. Like it's crazy. All right, so Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That is, again, that's one of our classics, and we loved it. Yeah. And again, I was just afraid of it. Like, you know what? I wasn't afraid of it. I felt unnerved playing that. I was just like, ooh,
well,
shit.
I mean, it's like
I didn't like the big ass baby, yo.
Well, yeah, it was like a big ass baby who always stomped. It was hard to defeat it.
Yeah. So we do have another one that we're gonna talk about here, which I'm gonna raise the link.
Which one is this one?
Raise the image. It is called Skull and Bones.
Oh, yes.
Now, explain to me if this is the actual picture, because when I looked at it, because I did not hear anything. I think Skull and Bones, I think conspiracy theories and the like. So I didn't think this was an actual game per se, but hopefully the image is straight.
Well, I will tell you about this one. So this game was announced back in E3 2017. It was supposed to be a pirate game.
Yeah, and I remember that.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a PvP pirate game where 6 people could get together and battle each other and also have like one player thing. That's the right one.
What?
That's the right one.
I was. Okay, cool.
So,
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a 6-player like PvP, but also could do like 1 player. So originally this was supposed to be like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
But Assassin's Creed 4, do you know the pirate levels?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the game.
So like Sea of Thieves, but not gimmicky.
Not gimmicky, no. It's supposed to be like realistic pirates. You're an actual pirate. All that type of stuff. It then got delayed. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out 2018. Got delayed to 2019. Got delayed to 2020.
Oh my god.
Got delayed to 2021. And then with the recent announcement, it got delayed again, and now it's in the fiscal. It's going to be coming out in the fiscal year of 2022 to 2023.
Oh Lord, we ain't gonna, why are we even talking about this? Why is
Well,
this
no,
even a
'cause
topic?
I'm
They're
gonna-
gonna get delayed to 2024 when the chip
There's a
shortages
reason
is all
why I
set.
brought this up because this game has been on to make it for a while, and they've been saying how much time they're going to take. And then, of course, they didn't talk about this game for a long time, and everyone's been wondering, like, where is this game? This was one of Xbox's titles that they were going to do. It's not an exclusive title, but it was like I remember they were
Yeah.
showing it off on Xbox.
So it was shown off on the Xbox conference first.
Exactly, and it was like a big title, but it just kept getting delayed and delayed, and then of course for the last like year and a half we didn't hear nothing about it, and then of course when they finally came back, they decided to say that it's going to be delayed to the fiscal year of 2022 to 23, so that means it can come at the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. Now Eves, because this is an Ubisoft game,
Okay.
Eves he did the call in which he announced this. Eve said that they've been working on this game for a good 12 months, and it went in a different direction.
Okay.
They didn't say exactly what direction they went yet, but they said they got a whole new vision. So I wonder what new vision is there. I wonder how the graphics are going to look. I wonder, are they going to keep the PvP stuff? I don't know what's going to happen. So that's why. So it's been over a year being made with the new features and all that, and it's going to be interesting. And of course the company that's doing it is Ubisoft Singapore, which is Ubisoft Singapore making this game, and they're going to use all the different versions, all the companies that's under Ubisoft to help make this game. They're trying to have all the companies under Ubisoft help Ubisoft Singapore make the game.
Yeah, so get this game cracking. Like this has been delayed for so long, might
Which
get
is
it going.
also proves that they're being serious with this game.
Finally.
Because now they're getting all the other companies under Ubisoft to help make this game.
Yep.
So, who knows? Maybe there'll be some good high hopes for this game. I'm hoping for some good high hopes for this game, but I just wanted to mention it because, like I said, it's a game that was announced 4 years ago.
Jeez.
And then we just finally get some news now that we know that it's getting made and it's going to be delayed for another couple of years.
Well, let's hope that it doesn't get delayed and we get an actual, at least if it shows off to another year, and then if that doesn't release that year, then forget about it. Just scrap the title because we don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, it's one of those titles that, if it keeps getting made, it's going to be like one of those games like Duke Nukem, like, that one has been in a make for 11 years. Yep. Then there's also games like Two Human, made for like 7 years, 8 years. There's games like that. It's like when they're being made too long, usually they don't come out good. Yeah. That's usually the case. Like if a game has been like in development hell for a long time and then they finally come out, it's usually not the best. So
we still got a lot of topics, man.
That's what I'm worried about.
Ooh, this is great.
But we will see.
Yeah, we will see on that. Let's go ahead and where we at? Don't mind my blinky thingy. Those that know me understand. Whoa, that was huge. Yeah, a little flash for you guys there. That was huge. Let me bring that up here, guys. Because again, it's live. We're doing it live.
Okay.
So our next
think there's
topic.
One I forgot about, but okay.
Probably not. Go ahead, hit it, because Sega.
No, I think I forgot to write it.
What? What topic?
The second one?
Oh, that's cute. Wing it, baby. Wing it.
Perfect.
Sega, baby. Sega.
So-
Sega.
Oh no, I have it here. Thank God.
He's got it. This is a whole bit of mess up today, huh? You forgot your notepad.
It
You
was
drip.
bad.
You drop alcohol on my damn table, yo.
So-
Wife's about to kill you, yo.
So Sega
Yeah.
recently released their financial reports, but they also released a little extra report too that they're going to utilize their globally powerful and popular IPs. Meaning that they're going to do either a remaster, a remake, or a reboot of their classic titles that we haven't had a game for in forever.
Wait a minute. Run that back because now I don't get it. I thought they were just going to announce what they had. Okay. Hit me again because I'm confused. So what now?
Okay, so pretty much what they're doing is that Sega has a bunch of titles that they haven't made games for in a while.
Okay.
Sega's been hearing people that they want sequels to these titles, reboots to these titles, remakes to these titles, remasters of these titles.
All right.
Sega
So
is finally listening.
looking at the list and seeing what they could do for remasters or remakes.
Exactly. So nothing has been remade yet, but the titles that they want to focus on are Knights.
I'm saying if they come up with the realistic...
Shinobi.
Yep, Shinobi.
Virtua Fighter, Altered Beast, House of the Dead, Streets of the Rage, Soul Hackers, Space Channel 5, Rez, Panzer Dragoon.
All those are wonderful
Crazy
besides
Taxi,
Virtua Fighter.
Crazy Taxi.
And Crazy Taxi.
Jet Set Radio. Those are some of the ones I want.
Oh, no, yeah. So those lists is what you want, or is it the list that they have?
I'll tell you the ones I want afterwards. That's what they're focusing on. They actually leaked.
Well, yeah,
slides.
you can't say list and say this is what I want.
This
like,
is leaked. This is leaked.
So this is a leaked document. So what they're looking at for
either
the titles that
they either want to remaster.
They didn't focus on.
Yeah, that they want to focus on now. They said they're going to focus on these titles for the next months to years coming out, and in 5 years they're going to release what they call a Super Sega game, which is going to be a new IP apparently. Within 5 years, they're going to be releasing that. So with these titles, they want to focus on either remaster, reboots, or remakes.
So what do you think of Rise Before the Grave? What about?
Beast.
I know.
Yeah.
How they gonna?
I'm
just thinking about the odd title to make it a remake.
I'm surprised you remember that because we used to play that game.
Yeah, because it annoyed the shit out of me when I was in New York.
We used to play that as well.
When I was sitting at the table and our aunt would like, eat your rice, and then
Rise.
Jose and Angel play, and they always die. Rise from your grave. Like, dude, I'm done hearing that.
But yeah, so I don't know what they're planning on doing with that one. I think that will probably work in maybe a reboot version of it. I think something like that because that game.
Or maybe just a standard, like a.
Because that's a really
like
old
a remastered
game.
version and just have it as a digital download.
It could possibly be that too.
I would look forward to Knights.
That's one I would love to have a new game.
Because if you played Ori, Will o' the Wisp, how beautiful that looks, I could think Knights.
Something like that.
Could
but
bring that artistic.
In a more 3D
world, that artistic visual. And put that bad boy in there.
I would play that.
That would be nuts.
And then now the games that I would want, because there's only 3 that they didn't mention. These are the ones I would want.
Okay.
First one is Skies of Arcadia. One of my favorite all-time RPGs. Remember that for the Dreamcast? I used to play it all the time?
Yep.
That was one of my favorite RPGs, and I would love to have a remaster of that, or possibly a sequel. Because originally it was supposed to make a sequel, but they got canceled.
No, they're gonna have to redo it. Because if it's canceled back then, what makes you think they're gonna make a sequel now?
That's true. If they do a whole full remaster of it, I'll be happy with it. Because that's like one of my favorite. What?
Like Final Fantasy VII treatment.
Oh, I would love that. That would be good.
So what's another one?
And another one which I liked on the Saturn, which was a platformer game, Clockwork Knights. I don't know if you remember that one.
No, I do not.
It kind of gives like a Toy Story feel. You're like a little toy knight, and you basically you have to save the princess and all that type of stuff. And it's like a platformer.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite games to play on the Saturn, and I would want something like that. And another one I would want too is called Bug, which is another platformer.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
That's another platformer game. It's the green one. Yeah, you remember. That was another one I would like to have too. That's me personally. What I would want Sega to focus on, but the ones that I already told, that's one they're mainly going to focus on. Which, out of those, I would love a new Space Channel 5. I would love a new Panzer Dragoon.
You know what you should do?
And Knights.
Start from the top, and we'll give our opinions of what you listed as what Sega listed for remakes. Start from the top.
Knights.
Yes, we already talked about that.
Yes. Shinobi. It's been a while. It's been a while. Yes. So.
Yes, I think it could gauge it to be gritty.
It can. Virtua Fighter.
No. No, and don't do it.
I'll be kind of interested to see what they will do.
I don't know why you're even talking. Don't do it.
Okay, fine.
Don't do it.
Crazy Taxi.
Don't do it. COVID. We're not in arcades.
You know
we now out and about Chuck E. Cheese.
Playing that game. You had fun with that game.
When I was in Chuck E. Cheese. No, stop. Don't.
Jet Set Radio.
Respectable.
Yeah, I remember that
Tony
game.
Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 came out. Everybody loved it. Jet Set Radio is very artistic, very nice and suave and grind and all that with the graffiti.
And the graphics, and
yep.
the music. I love the music.
Yeah, the music was popping too.
It was funky hip hop music, and I love that.
Yeah, bring that back. Bring that back.
That would be pretty
with
cool.
the actual same
art style.
Art style.
Yeah, like the cell shaded art style.
Yeah, same cell shaded art style. Bring that back.
I would
Just
love
bring it
that.
back. Bring it back. Yeah.
Space Channel 5. I don't know if you remember that one.
I kinda.
It was like basically.
I would say yeah, but I wouldn't be a fan of it.
I would love that game
personally
personally because I love the music from that, and I love those rhythm dancing games.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. There was a market for it. I personally say no, but I personally say no. As far as a business standpoint, I would say yes.
Rez. I don't know if you even know that game.
I don't even know. I don't even think I remember.
It was
but
a decent okay,
remember.
so I'm like, I'm okay with that one.
No.
Panzer Dragoon. Yes, and yes.
Y-E-A-A-A-A-S-S-S.
Saga. Panzer Dragoon Saga needs to come out because I want that game, but it's like almost $2,000 to buy it.
Look! What the hell? Wait a minute! Whoa!
For the Sega Saturn.
What? For the Sega Saturn edition?
If you want a
mint condition,
if you want a mint condition, complete edition, it's almost $2,000. Because it's a rare game, so that's why they need to re-release that.
So
to
his
the
ass
Switch,
can buy that shit for $60.
So I could get that for like $20 instead of spending $2,000. Because I really want that game, but I can't spend $2,000 on it.
Yeah, nobody can. You know, an average person, especially throughout this whole entire coronavirus, we ain't trying to spend $2,000 on the game
Like
for
I want
experience.
it, but it's like.
Yeah.
But definitely I would love
No,
that.
but do that because the graphics powers and the ray tracing, the HDR, like you know what you could do with Panzer Dragoon? You could make that shit super realistic.
Exactly.
You know, yes. So
Exactly.
it could look like Dragon Age, bro. Like that was. See why I
would-
said Dragon Age? There was a reason why I said that. You know?
Altered Beast, I think we already talked about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, we did.
House of the Dead. There's already I would like that. This one remake.
Bring that back.
Yeah, I would
I would
like
say
that.
bring that back.
Make it nice, little pretty looking.
Bring it
nice
back.
Little gritty zombie thing.
You know what's funny? You know
Remember,
what?
I used to play that all the time at the arcade.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
every time I would go to an arcade, that's the first game I play.
Yep. And I was always scared because I was
Well, yeah,
always
'cause you
that.
don't like- you don't like horror
I don't
like
like
that.
horror. I don't like that.
I do. That was the first game I always played. Every time arcade, it was House of Dead. Okay, I'm playing it.
Boom. Yep. I'm sitting here with my
And
mom.
I suck at it because I suck at gun games. But
I'm
like
saying
playing that.
he sucked at gun games, but played that. But I'm like, I'm nice at gun games, but I don't want to play that.
Well, because
I
you don't
know.
like horror. That's
I was with my mom getting tickets because tickets mattered in
well,
arcade
yeah, you
games.
cared about that. I cared about those.
Tickets
type of
matter in
games.
arcade games. Whereas him and the dad was like, hey, let's go, bah bah bah. You know?
Exactly.
So he did that thing and. Rail shooters, bring that back. That's a respectable rail shooter that everybody and their mama knows. From Chuck E. Cheese days to Dave and Buster's to any
Exactly.
arcade game, there's gonna be a House of the Dead arcade system there. So bring that rail shooter, make that a VR.
Oh,
Make
that
a
would
VR.
be great.
Because they already had first party titles for VR for PlayStation. Forgot what's the name? Rush Blood for the VR,
Oh, yeah.
which we try to get our dad to go about playing that.
Him
and
playing that was hilarious.
it was hilarious, but at the same time, we were both surprised because for one, he was a cop for 14 years. So we put on the set and we put on the motion controllers and we told him, 50-year-old guy, like, I don't know what to do. And then he sees the thing, he's like, he grabs the controller, he's like, bah, bah. Yo.
it was like
no
second
lie.
nature.
Yo, it was scary. Like, we weren't in the field with my dad out when he was on Cop Life. But when he started looking at the enemies and was going, bah, 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 we started to question.
Well, I mean, he had experience in that. Well, not killing zombies, but
He didn't not shoot people, but clarify that, all right? He didn't have, experience of shooting people in the area. No. Okay? If that was the case, he'll be locked up. We wouldn't even, don't put the
well,
damn.
you know what I meant.
Damn in vain, jeez.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, okay. So with practice, with gun range and shot training, and you know what I'm saying?
He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing. And when he went in the VR and he started, it wasn't even in the body or in the shoulder. He had headshots. We were supposed to do it for like a sake of like scaring him, and it never happened. We just sat there, and the only thing he said was like, he just said like, oh my God. Like he cleared the level. Like there was no. It wasn't fun for the two offsprings to show the old man a scary game. It's like he wanted to fight and shoot demons in his life, and he did it through the PlayStation
He got his
VR.
dream right there.
Dream right there. Just do it. I'm built for this, and just went in. He did get shook with the or how the roller coaster felt. He did get shook with that.
Yeah,
at
of
least.
course. Because she doesn't do the roller coasters. That's
So
fine.
yeah, so being scared of how your stomach feels up and down, and be scared about that.
But yeah, House
when
of the Dead,
a
though.
screamer comes in front of you and shooting you in the face and not getting scared, there's look, an enemy. Like, come on, bro.
But yeah,
yes, but with
House of the Dead would be great for
rail
that.
shooters are the bee's knees, and they should come out for the VR.
Oh, I would,
It's the
I would
best
play the
experience you can
heck
have.
out of that
Yeah.
if it came out.
What
I would be
else?
like, Papa.
else?
Let's see. Streets of the Rage.
That's like I remember that.
Yeah, those are like brawl games. You know, like the
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
brawl.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the last one is Soul Hackers, which is a Persona like side game.
Okay.
So you know, it would be exciting for me, but I know you don't know those type of
But
games.
the thing is, for a company to see that, do you think they would dive into that game?
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, because the thing is, them saying this is bringing up hope for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, so now they're understanding people want sequels, remakes, or things to these titles.
Yeah.
Give it to us. We will give you money. Like, I will gladly give
We
you
will
money.
give you money.
I will give them money for these games. I will give them, like, here, Sega, have my money. I love them as their system. I love Dreamcast. Dreamcast was one of my favorite systems.
But didn't they
of course
do
they died.
Didn't they do a not Patreon, but a GoFundMe for Shamu? That was by
Shenmue
Sega.
3, yeah.
What Outlandish is saying in the finger because I'm pointing at him? Oh, it looks like I'm pointing at my son, but let's right there. That guy. Hold on. Let me just.
Yes, me.
There you go. That guy. Because Carter's right there, and he's staring. I'm like, it looks like I'm pointing at him. Tickle, 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 tickle. Yeah, just do it. Set up a GoFundMe and see where it goes. If it reaches 3 million, bam, you got yourself a sequel.
Yeah, because it worked for Shamu, so.
It worked for Shamu. It could work for Street of Rage. It could work
Exactly.
for your game you just mentioned earlier. Is
Skies
that the
of
last one on the
Arcadia.
list?
Well, Skies of Arcadia, like I said, those are what I would want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Alright.
that was the last one for the list on the second, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's good that Sega's looking into...
And I just want to add these type of things because they also showed some financial things. And even though Sonic hasn't released a game last year, it still sold 4.4 million copies. And also Persona, since now they own Atlas, also sold 3 million copies. So Sega's not doing too bad. The only thing they did lose was 97 million in pachinko machines because, you know, obviously people can go into the arcades and stuff for pachinko machines.
That's
So they lost a lot of money there.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get another topic going here. And again, we do have another couple of topics. We're not here to bore you guys. We're here to give you some information. And we got here is Starfield.
Oh, yeah.
Starfield is, here's the image in hopes that when it comes up,
It's
you
a
tell me if it's an
rumor.
authentic one.
So this is a rumor, very strong rumor. Nothing has been announced yet, but apparently because Starfield is a game from Bethesda, and as you know, Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.4 billion, and at the time, they didn't make a decision if they're going to make things exclusive to the Xbox or not. So, with this new rumor announcement, that it's most likely possible that it's going to be an Xbox Series X exclusive. Xbox Series X exclusive and a PC exclusive. And it will not come out for the PS5.
It won't come out for the PS5?
That's what they're saying.
Why?
It's going to be an exclusive.
To Microsoft.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Rumor. That's a rumor. Rumor. So
I immediately got offended. I said, what you mean?
exactly, it's
That
a
PlayStation
rumor.
5, what you mean?
Supposedly, and also in the rumors and the leaked information,
Yeah.
they said that more will be announced next month during E3 because
Okay.
Bethesda is going to be at E3.
Okay.
So this game probably be more.
Do they have their own conference? They have their own conference, right?
They do.
Bethesda? Okay.
So now This game has been, in the make for a couple of years now, since 2018, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
That's when they first announced it, and then it been thing, and then of course they never really showed any gameplay. They only showed little clips of a ship and space, and that's it. They never showed any gameplay, so we have no idea how this looks like. But it's supposed to be similar to
Here's an image, and here you go. It's a new game.
It's supposed to be like an open space, like, Fallout or Elder Scrolls, but in space.
Stop right there. Stop right there. You mean No Man's Sky?
No. Bethesda doesn't make No Man's Sky.
No, I know. It would want to look like No Man's Sky. Because No Man's Sky is literally the only game you just cross through planets and stars and raid and whatever.
That's what probably Starfield's going to be, but more a realistic version of it.
Yeah.
Because No Man's Sky is not really realistic. It's more kind of like cartoony looking.
Yeah, still a cool concept.
It's still a cool concept. So there's probably going to be like more a realistic version of that.
Yeah.
Which will be
interesting.
interesting.
That's fine.
But it's just interesting that this rumor came out that this is going to be an exclusive.
Yeah, for Xbox. Xbox got to push.
Well, I mean,
they got to push a lot.
They paid $7.4 billion for a reason.
Yeah,
I can't be mad at them. But and honestly, I probably won't play this game because I'm not really into Bethesda RPGs because they're not my type of RPGs.
And if I do get into all that, I don't know.
They're not my type of RPG. Like JRPGs, not Western RPGs.
And I think you got me to JRPGs because I could understand massive multiplayer RPGs. I played World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
obviously.
I couldn't get into. I tried to get into. I couldn't.
You tried?
Yeah.
How far did you?
I think I went to like level 20 and I just stopped playing.
On the first ever World of Warcraft.
I mean, I know they have a bunch of new things updates now.
Oh Lord,
I don't have time to play.
I played up to Burning Crusade, and then I realized that time is money, and I wasn't making money.
No,
with the time I spent on that game. I love the game, and I like the game, and I love the concept of just running up to people and whatever. But like, I don't know. I can't. Especially, I can't. Like, I get it. They can say, well, you play Call of Duty with your peers. Yeah, because it's quick, it's instant, it's with your party, and that's it. When it comes to by yourself and playing and kind of talking with other people for loads of hours, like, dude, I remember, and yeah, I was I upset? I was on no. Where was I when I first played World of Warcraft? Did we go to the third floor? There was third floor. Did we had 2 floors only?
Oh. Which one?
No, it was in
Was it F5?
Not trying to, yeah. I'm not trying to say the name where we used to live. I'm just trying to say.
Yeah.
You can say F5.
I think. We can say numbers. I think we were living in F5 because the game came out in 2004.
2004.
We didn't move
so we were in
until
TV.
2005. That's when the G7.
So we were in the second floor still. Yeah, because I remember.
Yeah. So I think it was there because remember.
G7 was 3 floors.
Yeah, that was the one with 3 floors.
Yeah.
And I think you were still playing it at that time because it was 2005.
I was, but what I remember, what I remembered is playing,
F5,
and then I literally was playing, and I was doing like literally 3 quests. 6 hours passed.
Well, because those take a lot of time.
I had to put that down.
I can't put my time into those type of games because
I couldn't.
Like at least with JRPGs, I could go at the pace with the story and I could save at any time.
Like if I
go back into it later.
Like if I do now, I could, and look forward to it the next day if I could. But there's obviously days and events and raids and hours and people and.
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, I think what it is they take it too serious.
Certain people, yeah.
And I'm just looking. I'm like.
This is a game, dude.
But I got a gas bill to pay, bro. I gotta work.
I got family.
I got family, bro.
I got kids.
I got kids.
You can't do that.
I got dogs to walk. Like, my man, I'm trying to get some vitamin D going outside in the beautiful sun.
I can't be in that dungeon every day.
I cannot be going into dungeon and mining and exchanging. I don't know what the damn currency of the World of Warcraft is. Yeah,
because I haven't played it in years. So I
golds. I don't know. Like, but I couldn't. So hopefully Starfield becomes a great game.
We'll see.
And we'll see what they can bring up.
And we'll see if it's actually going to be exclusive.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a dud. And then again, if it's not an exclusive, we'll see. It could be a timed exclusive.
Could
Think
be.
about that. So we got 2 topics left, and we're gonna say the best for last only because that's a test. So
Yeah,
we're
it's a
figure
test
it out.
one.
So
Yeah, exactly.
we're
So
gonna
now
go, and we can use that for our little tiki-talkie. That'd be cool, huh? And I haven't seen it anyway, so that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I say that.
So we're looking at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I have the image here, and when it pops up, you can tell me if it's correct. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. But
That's fine. Don't worry.
Because at this point, we're
So
near the tail
pretty
end.
much, the Strong National Museum of Play, located in Rochester, New York, they have a video game Hall of Fame where they put all like the best of games, the most influential games.
Now, was this recognized through the gaming industry?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like the
That's how they.
the Grammys,
Yeah.
the like
Kind of
the
like that.
NBA
It's a
or the
museum. It's a
NFL.
museum
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So pretty much, they have like industry people who work in the industry, like publishers, people who worked with games, scholars, all that type of stuff, deciding on what game is a thing. So they picked 4, but the main one that they picked this year, which is of course the thing, is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, the original one that came out for the GameCube, but also came out in Japan on the 64, and again on the GameCube in Japan too.
Oh, the 64.
It was originally a 64 game.
Yeah. Okay.
In Japan, though, it's a HD model, and I think it didn't fully come out. I think it was more of like it was supposed to come out, but then they delayed it to the GameCube. It was supposed to be on the N64 DD. Remember that extra thing that was supposed to release?
Yep.
But they never released it in America. They released it in Japan, but with like a
So
couple
the
of
prototype
titles.
was for the N64, and then it came out on a GameCube as a finalized product.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they kind of came out there. So they're going to have all that inside the museum for people to see.
Okay.
And it's, of course, very important because this game is very influential. Especially
Clearly during COVID.
COVID
I
was
can't
a
go
huge
outside to go
thing.
fishing with a mask, so I'm gonna go out on Animal Crossing and get a fish and sell
Exactly,
it.
but it's also not just because of COVID time, but it's been a game
Yeah,
that
it's
came out
it's
for a
always
long
been
time.
it's always been a
huge.
hidden gem of the Nintendo lineup. So
Exactly.
you have Zelda, you have Pokemon, you have Mario, and you have Metroid.
But
Then Animal Crossing,
Yeah,
and nobody
exactly.
thinks about that.
No, it's like one of those games, like a game you could just chill, play, and all that type of stuff. So it's very influential. Again, got a lot of people to play who normally don't play games, or people who just play games to chill. That's like literally a chill game. You can just put 30 minutes a day into the game, and you'll be fine. Just do your little errands around the island,
errands, I
and
got it.
done. Literally, you can do
Well,
that.
people have been doing that with Farmville and Facebook.
Exactly.
Do it on Animal Crossing.
Exactly.
It's even better.
That's the thing. So they have that, and then they also released a couple of other games too for it. The first StarCraft, that's also going to be in the museum. Microsoft Flight Simulator, the first one, that's going to be in the museum, and the one that I'm excited about also, along with Animal Crossing. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
Oh, look! Shut up.
You
Are you
remember,
serious?
I
Yes.
used to be obsessed with
That's
that. And you
stupid.
know that.
That's
Remember the TV show I used to watch all the
Yeah.
time?
Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Yeah.
I used to watch the game show. Remember the game
Yeah,
show? I used to
yeah,
watch that
yeah.
all the time.
So
And I used to play the game all the time in school. Like during the time, remember in
Yeah,
our
'cause you were a
CC
nerd.
I was a nerd, and I was proud of that.
Yeah.
But
You're
yeah,
right, you're
we was
right.
playing it in our computer classes, the conversation, and I used to have so much fun because I was learning. Because at
Yeah.
the time I used to really love learning, and I used to learn about all the stuff, and it was fun too because you learn and playing the game at the same time.
Yep.
So it was pretty cool, and I was excited because a game like that was very influential, especially for my young adult's life. Because
Yeah.
that made me think like, okay, you could play games and also learn at the same time too. So it was pretty cool that they're having that. So I'm excited for it. It's gonna be out this year, like in there this year already. So it's pretty cool. But I actually want to check out because I never heard of this museum before. So
Yeah,
I
that's
actually
weird.
want to check it out eventually. Like
I
if
hope-
I head down to Rochester.
I hope my
sometime,
man
I
out
want to
here
go.
named Jeff Keighley can shout them out to understand that there is a Hall of Fame for video games. So then put the word out, and then maybe on the VGAs they'll release that and show off the actual museum.
Like I said, it's actually pretty
the
cool.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, it is pretty cool.
thought
I
it
didn't
was
even
pretty
realize
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and is this the picture? This is the picture, and then we're gonna actually show.
So should we start with the thing, or should we talk about
Should what?
it first?
Oh, we can talk about it. It's fine.
So as you know, or people have know, this year is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's
I
funny. As,
knew
it's
what it
funny as hell
was.
because when I put the image up, I just looked at him. I was like, hopefully he's saying the same
It's the
thing I put up
25th
on
anniversary
the
of
screen.
Pokemon. But this year, back in January, they announced that they're going to release music.
which it was stupid. What episode did we talked about that like they're doing too much? They got Post
I think
Malone
it was
chilling
like
with Pikachu
two,
and whatnot.
episode
Like,
2 or 3.
It was already bothering me that Post Malone was in a commercial with Doritos. Post Malone, like I don't like like it was stupid.
So it was interesting. Yeah, they're going to release a CD. It's going to come out in the fall, and so each month or every couple months, going to be releasing a new single up until the album.
Yeah,
and the 3 artists so far they showed
good marketing scheme, by the way,
was J Balvin, Post Malone, and Katy Perry.
And as you see in the photo, it's Katy Perry with a Pikachu.
She released her new video yesterday.
Pikachu.
It's called Electric, and we're going to test this out because I know you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen the video. I even said to the wife, I'm like, there's a video of Katy Perry with Pikachu. She's like, what the hell? I'm like, I know. But I've been seeing it in the feeds. I'm like, really? I didn't pay no mind because I personally don't think these artists should be partnering with Pokemon and then having the Pokemon company reach out to these artists for their anniversary because they're Pokemon. They don't need that energy. But
it's nice.
Based on this picture, I will say that maybe it might be cheery, cute, and cuddly.
It is.
When it comes to J Balvin, though, stick to Trolls.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
I feel Trolls already got that. I don't need Pikachu or whatever Pokemon that's out there to be dancing some reggaeton. Like, I don't need all that. Like,
well, who knows? Maybe it might not be a reggaeton song. Who knows? But
it could be a soft-spoken song.
It could be. We don't know.
It doesn't fit the bill though. Like his name does not stick to Trolls, but we don't know.
I'm kind of curious how it's gonna sound though.
And with the Post Malone thing, I was already bothered by it. I wish they started with Katy Perry. I think I felt that if Katy Perry started it first, it would have been better because it would have fit more with the personality.
Well, the
of
thing
Pokemon.
is, this one's going to be the lead single of the album.
Okay, so damn, that's fucked up. So Post Malone's live stream was just that.
And this one's actually going to be the main single.
And they had Katy Perry as the backup.
But if you hear the song, you'll see why.
Okay. Okay, so this is our little... So you see the picture there, guys. So then we're going to go ahead and we'll play that video.
Can you hear it, too?
I can hear it. I can't hear nothing.
You can't hear it?
No, I can't hear it because I'm not trying to hear it because it will feed back and everybody will go flashbang and... Let's see if I can get it here.
Let's see if it works.
Is it this... Let's see here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Be cool. Let's and I don't know if it's I'm gonna play it real quick here. Is it, huh? Okay.
What you
All
thought?
right. That's cool. Hopefully it stops because I don't know how to stop that thing.
It should be stopping.
No, as far as the viewers, because they're gonna see it and go, when's this gonna stop? It should stop. Close file when it's inactive.
So, what do you thought? What do you think?
That's all right. The story I don't really get. I have to see it.
I'll explain quickly since this is pretty much like for people who may not understand.
Yeah.
So, as you see, there's like another girl there with the Pichu, and you see Katy Perry with the Pikachu.
Yeah.
That's her younger self.
Oh, okay.
So that's her at like 15 years old, beginning to her career. So as you can see, she was kind of helping her out, getting into the talent
talent show when they reeled it come up.
Show. So and you see Katy Perry at the end with Pikachu showing the thing, and that's Pichu and thing because Pichu evolves with friendship. So that Pichu is that Pikachu right there.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I was like,
oh, that's cool, man.
It's such a cute story because it's like, so Pichu's been there the
yeah.
entire time for her career, kind of like, kind of thing. So that's what the story is. Like, I just fucking love it.
Oh, he's so in love. Wait, go like this. If you can go through the glasses, yeah.
I'm sorry. When I first saw the video, I was like, I started.
Yeah, because me, I have to watch
cute.
it and go, all right, and then I watch it again to understand the meaning.
It's so cute.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, and I fucking love the song because it's so catchy.
It sounds like a good song. It's not too obnoxious.
Exactly. It's a catchy little pop song. It's called Electric. It's cute. And like I said, the video, I just fucking love it.
Yeah. So guys, again, give us feedback in regards to showing that video. I mean, it is the tail end, but you're gonna see it on TikTok and you're gonna have to snip it and show it. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. This is a hilarious episode, okay? Because of the sheer fact that Outlandish over here extended this, and I'm gonna, damn well, you're gonna see me with the camera. See that drink? Damn well I'm gonna put that on TikTok.
Oh, I know you are.
All live, baby.
You do what you gotta do because I think it'll be fun.
Now this how I'm gonna have fun putting all that. I'm gonna get this clip.
So now you have some TikTok
I have a
stuff
lot.
to put
I have
on.
a lot of TikTok stuff to put on there. I got a lot.
You can have at least 3 or 4 videos there. Let's be
Oh
real.
Lord, yes I do, and I could totally record the ass whooping that's about to happen, but we don't know. We don't know.
No, if I clean it up, I won't do it.
Yeah, well, no, because we have to. We literally
I
gotta
know
stop
what we
this,
need to do. I
get
know
this
what
up,
we
and
need to
worry
do.
about pissing her off. Because
know
this
what
is
we
a
need to do.
table that speaks all families. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it, but anywho. That concludes our BOP episode 10, and hopefully maybe every 10 episodes something stupid like this happens. I don't want you to purposely drop something.
It wasn't on purpose. You made it like I did it on purpose.
It was not, but bruh, again, outlandish. It's not boring out and about. He does something totally out there, like doesn't make sense. Like, subscribe. Well, let me put that in it. Like, subscribe, and comment, and hit the notification button to know when we actually go live.
Exactly.
Each and every week at 7:30 p.m. But this is a big but. The next 2 weeks, and I'll put this on TikTok and on Twitter, and I pinned it on Twitter. We will be on Friday, the next week and the week following.
So
They'll
it'll be
update the schedule on Twitch.
So it'll be on the 21st and the 28th.
The 21st and the 28th live stream BoP Gaming
Friday.
podcast on Fridays. And the actual second week of the Friday, I don't want to confuse you, but I will remind you and put it under the ticker, there'll be a special guest in the building. So we're going to make sure we tune into that. He's a fellow podcaster of ours and a fellow friend of ours.
Hold on, we're not going to say now.
We're not going to say it
right?
now,
Oh, okay. I was
but
about
I'm
to say,
giving
don't
him
say
hints
it.
that
Oh,
he's
okay.
more anime-centric, so we got a lot of anime things to talk about, as well as gaming, because he has his preferred console versus us. And
It's
we're
going to
gonna-
be interesting.
It's not. No. You want to act violent. You want to act violent, but we ain't gonna be violent. We're gonna be cordial. We're gonna understand it because I came from the Xbox realm too when it comes to online multiplayer.
I know,
Okay.
I know.
So he has his strong, but he's very, very strong with that.
Oh, very.
Still.
Oh, trust me. We know.
So we gonna get it in. So he's gonna be here on what was the date? It was the 27th or the 28th. 21st or
It's
28th.
the 28th, right? Is that the one you
28th,
said?
yes, because I'm thinking
So
about
it's
the
not
week.
this. It's not this
Not
Friday.
this.
Next
Nope,
Friday.
Next
okay.
Friday. So on the 28th, a special guest will be in the building. We will announce that next week, and we'll put it up on the ticker so those that understand his podcast, make sure you follow that if you are an anime lover, as well as understanding the gaming aspect of things. This is BoP Gaming. Out me, Killer Whisk.
Outlandish. What's up?
Like, follow, subscribe, notification
Hit the
bell.
notification bell,
Hit
yeah.
the notification on the YouTube. Check us out on TikTok as well. Snippets of the live stream will be posted on TikTok as well as random other stupid, hilarious things that I try to make myself, and I couldn't because TikTok's app is terrible. So I got to do it offshore and just upload it so you guys could enjoy. So, again, follow us, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Patreon, everything. Follow. Sharing is caring. Love you guys. Thank you. 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to keep doing until I stop. But I got to change the camera. So I want Outlandish to do it.
Stop.
Do it. Yeah. Do it. With energy. With energy. With energy. Yeah.